Hi, and welcome to the Stream of Chaos. We are Chaosium's official live play channel, and we're here playing Call of Cthulhu. Now, currently we're running through a campaign called A Cold Fire Within, and I almost lost my spot. Now, this is Pulp Cthulhu, so everything's kind of punchy, mind-bending, and wonderfully scary and weird. Previously, our group has played in the same location, but due to global events, we, like so many others, are getting our table talk fix online. That being said, I thought I'd give everyone a brief recap of where we are and what's happened so far. So, our investigators are members of an occult society known as Atlas. They believe that members of their group have lost Atlantean lineage. Now, one of these members, a man called Brendan Sterling, has gone missing. He was last seen in the company of Argus Ferdinand, renowned hypnotist and expert in past life regression, and Leopold Fontanelli, an occult speaker and Argus's lackey. Now, the investigators have followed Argus out of New York and deep into the Catskill Mountains, where they discovered a passage that has led them to a secret world in the center of the Earth. As our session begins, the quartet has found a strange farm that is being tended to by glass-eyed corpses, strange furry beasts, and what appears to be the missing director of an institute they had visited recently. Can the investigators surge forward and close the week-long gap between parties? Is Nick DeMartino's missing psychic sister somewhere in this strange world? What is the conversion rate of gold bricks to 1930s US dollars? How long can they keep their car and bathtub? And did William van der Ven create a rogue eldritch AI? Well, gosh, I guess you'll just have to stick around and find out. Hello! Hi guys! So we're going to introduce all of our players so that you get a feel for their investigators. Jackson, why don't you kick us off?
I'd love to. Hey, I'm Jackson. I'm playing William van der Ven. When last we met, van der Ven was discovering this whole new world underneath the world and found some kind of weird alien battery that he is immediately going to stick into his shotgun as soon as no one is looking.
All right. Rachel, I think. I forgot I was going to move the camera around.
Me next?
Yes, please.
Cool. Hello. My name is Rachael, and I am playing Edie. And last we saw me, I had also been dragged into this freaky underworld, and I am fairly sure I called dibs on the battery.
Yeah.
Because I have cool science stuff.
And you're the only one that can possibly use it.
Yeah, I don't understand how it's going to power up a gun more than...
It's on loan, let's be clear.
Also, the idea of just ramming it into a shotgun and it would magically work is tentative at best.
He jammed it into an oven thing and that worked. So far, he's been right. All right. Let's see, who's this? Jamie. Hello.
Yes, hi. I am playing José Castillo, the bodyguard of the gentleman above me, Mr. van der Ven, and I am a steadfast, loyal, serious, and trustworthy person who does their best to protect everybody, no matter what the cost is.
All right, and lastly, Daniel.
Hey, I'm Daniel. I'm playing Detective Nick DeMartino. I'm a police detective from New York City, and I'm currently on the lookout for my, as foretold, missing sister, who, last we heard, had disappeared down into these tunnels and into the world beneath.
Following a trail
I also
of
saw a
breadcrumbs.
random gorilla-looking thing with a horn on its head and a saddle as well. So I hope that comes up again, or I am insane.
Yeah, it could be either at this point. Yeah, so you're following after your sister, who followed this sort of trail of breadcrumbs left by a, I guess, psychic woman who was also at this institute that she was at for the time being. Alright, so we'll jump into today's session. As you can see, we're playing on a sort of a virtual thing, and there's some kinks we're working out as we go. I have immediately deleted one of the cameras I needed to use, so I'll just set that up in a moment. But to set the scene, the four of you have driven along in your car, heading further down this one road that cuts through this underground society, I suppose. The sky above you is a aurora of shifting blue and green hues, and the buildings on either side are made of what appear to be gold or, very valuable stones. You've passed a few abandoned, almost destroyed habitats, some farms, some small townships, an occasional temple or two, but where you've gotten to, there is a fork in the road. Off to your right is a large temple. It's been destroyed quite significantly, but it looks like the damage was recent. It's also bigger than any of the other ones you've seen so far. To your left, there is yet another plantation, like some of the others that you've seen, except this one is not only larger, it also has crops growing inside of it, what looks like sort of overgrown grass or wheat, and there are figures moving amongst it, foraging, preparing the grain for harvest. Additionally, standing near the fence line, there is the naked figure of Walter Nesbitt, a director at the Slater Institute who went missing I think like 5 or 6 years ago. It's been a little while. And then before you, in the distance, there is a large city. Ruined for the most part, a lot of vines and moss creeping through it, but it's huge. It's not like a dinky little town. The tallest buildings in there would rival the Empire State Building in size. So what are you guys doing? What's your first thoughts?
All right, boys and girls, we gotta go check out the old Mr. Nesbitt over there.
I agree. It's good to see the first human down here that we can talk to. So that's what we should make a beeline for.
I don't know if we'll be able to talk to him though. He looks very out of it, much like those people upstairs, if you remember them.
Well, we should give everything around here a bit of a wide berth. Stay back and stay a little safe, but you're right. Detective, we should get close.
Maybe only one of us should approach the friendliest looking.
Or at least possibly the sneakiest of us, the stealthiest of us.
Well, I'd be happy to make introductions if you all want to hang back.
If you go, I want to go with you, Mr. Van der Ven.
Yeah, I
that'd be
think
fine.
at least 2 people should go.
Shall we head up together then?
Okay,
All
why
right.
don't the 2 of you go? Remember to ask about my sister though, okay?
Have you seen Masters? David, how far apart are these forks? Like, how far apart is the plantation from the temple?
Fairly. So this is a rough map of just the plantation itself. Grab a couple of... Actually, I'll just put the lot of you here at this branch. Just for
This
context.
is a fine virtual tabletop we've got here.
Oh, there's a little drawing!
A little doodle. So you guys are at a branch. Now, for scale, which I don't have one, look, it's significant. It would be a 5-10 minute sprint on foot, but they're both within sight of one another.
Right,
Given you've got a
okay.
vehicle, you could get between the two pretty quickly.
Okay.
And just some context for the general shape. There is a building, a larger one, that same sort of gold and gem construction that is off to the side. It's only single story. Then there are the large fields, which are deep furrows with moated water going through them. Not moated, sorry, irrigated. And then up towards the top, there's a corral where you can see figures moving back and forth. Now,
Yeah,
Walter,
okay.
the bloke that you were actually talking to, is just near the edge. He hasn't seen you yet, but he's kind of just walking along, idly picking things up and occasionally like straightening the posts that outline the area.
Yeah, okay. We may as well not split up then if it's going to be quite a walk. We can hang back for backup, that kind of thing.
Well, do the 2 of you want to get the car and do a scout of the whole paddock, just to see if you can see anything, and then swing back and pick us up?
No, I agree with Edie. We shouldn't split up. We should just go together.
Sure.
I'm also hesitant to use the car too much because there are none here,
Yeah.
and we should not have it here.
It is,
Yeah.
for one thing, it is silent though.
Yeah, I know it's silent, but it's not invisible.
No, that is
It's
true.
a car.
Is there anywhere to hide it?
Look, it's fairly
I-
flat terrain. Ooh, that's a bit too spooky. It's fairly flat terrain around. There's the occasional shrub or something. That being said, they have to get water here from somewhere. So there's probably ditches along the side or a river that's been run under the road. You could park it off the edge and it wouldn't be immediately visible to passers-by, and it wouldn't be visible from the field, at least.
Yeah, okay. Happy to put it off to the side.
Okay.
Yeah. So we'll find a nice big deep ditch to hide it in.
All right. So you take the car off the edge of the road. It cuts through some of this sort of mud and dirt and such, leaving it there. The 4 of you clamber back up the side of this hill, and you're back in this position, but the car is obscured. Since then, Walter, or whoever he is, hasn't gotten much further. He's pulling at one of these lines, and you can see that around the outside there are traditional like wooden stumps with wire run between them, but then there's also larger golden columns which head to a high point, maybe 10, 12 feet above, and then silver spun wire runs between those and actually heads down towards this house or building here. He is at this moment at the base of one of them and is scrubbing at them with his bare palm.
It sounds like a power line. Is that
It
the
matches.
impression I get?
What do you mean he's bare palm?
Well, because he doesn't have any supplies on him. He doesn't have a rag or anything, but he seems to be attempting to clear it or clean it by just rubbing like the heel of his hand into it and pushing dirt back and forth.
Right, okay.
I'll take the lead. I'm
Yeah,
a
we'll
friendly
hang
face.
back.
Okay.
The escape vehicle.
All right. Vanderven hops up and begins to head forward. So, sorry, just to clarify, are the three of you going with or hanging back?
I think it's José and Vanderven, and then myself and DeMartino hanging back.
Okay, great. All right, so the two of you are within eye line. You won't be able to hear what unfolds, but you can see it. The two of you head around the side and begin to approach. The other creatures moving in the fields don't make much movement before you, but you're now getting a closer look at them. The smaller figures are humanoid. They appear to be reanimated corpses or something similar. They are changed quite significantly from a person. Several of them have what looks like their arms have been sort of cut down the line in pieces and then reattached as two separate limbs that meet in the center with their sort of fingers enclosed. Several of them have also had jaws just completely removed, or even additional eyes sort of placed inside their cheeks or along their throats. They're quite strange, but they don't seem immediately hostile. Additionally, larger creatures in the back, which match the description that Nick gave of the large sort of furry thing he saw briefly. They are huge, the size of a big horse, white-furred, shaggy, with a vaguely gorilla shape. A rhino's horn, no, more like a unicorn, I guess, but thick, right, coming out of the center of their forehead. And then their back feet go down to cloven hooves. These two are moving through the area, and some of them actually have plows affixed to their back that they drag through the ground to create furrows. Can I get a sanity test from both of you two as you approach?
Yeah, absolutely. That's a pass from me. 39 over 58 or something.
I have rolled 66. My current sanity is 65.
Okay,
Hey.
all right, so that's just enough to give you a tickle. All right, both of you are going to take a D3 from seeing all this. Sorry, Jamie, did you succeed or not?
I passed, yes,
Okay,
I passed.
you're no penalty for you.
I'm going to take a D3.
Yep.
I'm going to call that 3.
Okay, all right,
Oh
so
no.
you would be a little bit shaken by this. They're strange, they're weird. You don't like that.
We're talking about the unicorns or the zombies?
This is factoring in the both. Take your pick. Which
Yes.
one unnerves you? Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll go with both.
Okay.
Let me go with both.
Yeah. They're strange things, and they also seem to be fairly organized. So Walter's at the front, and he still hasn't noticed you. You're going to approach, William?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've got my hand gripped around my gun because I'm terrified. I don't want to end up, and I don't want Mr. Vandervan to end up like any of these mindless drones wandering around the outside.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, so I'll stride forward confidently and give a polite little wave. And when I'm at a safe distance, so that he can hear me clearly but can't charge me, I'll go, Dr. Nesbitt, I presume?
With a few feet of distance between the two of you and wire strung between fences, he starts when he hears your voice, and looking up, his mouth drops open in shock. He sees you and then looks hurriedly and panicked towards the house just further along. He holds up his hands and gestures like away, go away, but you see that he's missing several fingers on one hand and just the one on the other, and he sort of leans out and he goes, and he begins to scurry kind of towards you, towards the edge of the fence line, where he leans over and he's going,
Is his tongue missing? by
His
any
tongue is
chance?
missing. Yes.
That was very effective.
Well
Well done, David.
Yeah, no, he seems and he
Yeah,
seems
I didn't
panicked
like that.
as well. As soon as you try and talk, he just
Oh, I didn't like it.
Can I have a charm to try to calm him down?
sure.
Wow!
Yes, make a charm check. It's going to be hard though. So
That's fine. So I'm saying, Dr. Nesbitt, we understand there's great danger. But if we could just talk for a few minutes, try to figure out what's going on here. I got a 55, but I always have a bonus die on charm.
That's right, so roll again.
Instead, I'm going to roll a 05.
that's pretty good.
Ooh.
Okay.
Oh.
It's the first reaction is no. He seems to be completely shaken and he's not really listening to you. But as you try and just sort of coax him down, you just talk to him like a panicked animal or a small child, and you begin to just physically lower yourself and him until he's crouched down on his haunches in the dirt, clinging the wire that runs between his arms, and now just hushedly going and pointing towards the house again. But he is listening.
The house is safe? That's what we're getting at? No, the house is not safe.
Rachel?
Did the people in the house...
David, can we see this?
You
can
can
we see this happening?
You can see, but now that Walter's crouched down and the others have mirrored, you're only seeing the tops of their heads now.
Yeah, okay. So we can't really pick up that he's gesturing towards the house?
You saw him when he first did it, but you probably couldn't make out that he was missing fingers at this range, or that he wasn't necessarily talking.
Yeah, okay. Not intervene.
I'm going to actively ready my weapon, and I'm keeping an eye on the house to see if anyone comes.
When you pull the gun out, he sort of cowers up and he's...
Put it down. Did the people in the house, did they do this to you? Have you seen other people, other humans? Any nearby? We're following people, following another group of people.
He seems shaken. He doesn't really want to commit, and he keeps on looking back as if he's going to be caught having this conversation. But he sort of,
Can you leave? Can you get out? Can you come with us? We can take you away.
he holds up his fingers again. I forgot what orientation or what number I did, but showing like he's kind of missing pieces.
We can see you're in great danger here, Doctor, and we'd like to do our best to help you out. So we've got a car. At the very least, that's a safe place to hide. Wouldn't you agree? You can come with us. You can let us know what to look out for.
Is something stopping you from leaving? Is it something that we can fix? It's something we can stop? We'll go and hide for now, but we're gonna come back. You're not alone, okay? We're gonna help. All right, Mr. Vanderman, come on. We need to get some distance. We don't want to put this man in any more danger.
Yeah, when we think it's a little bit safer, we'll come back. All right? Just don't worry so much. We're here to help.
He doesn't seem completely convinced, but
No.
he stands up, and as he does, he turns to walk back into the field, and the building in the distance, which has wooden doors with sort of velvet or something similar hung over them as decoration, they creak open, and stepping outside are two more of the creatures that are working in the fields, not the large ones, the more corpsey looking things, and they are moving towards Walter, fairly focused. The two of you are crouched down at the moment, don't appear to have been seen. What are you going to try and do?
Sorry, which creatures were these? The
Sort of animated corpse looking things.
Right, gotcha.
But they look human.
Humanoid.
Intelligent.
No.
Do you think they're coming for him?
Oh, they're directly going towards him. And Walter's stood up and is moving towards them.
Right,
What-
we should hang back while we have the chance, and let's just see what kind of trouble is in here.
Okay.
Okay, could both of you
Stay-
make a stealth test for me with a bonus die? as you're already crouched down and out of the way, just as these things move up and are in the area.
Could we get some black and white bonus dice? Penalty dice, perhaps?
Here we go.
That'd be
Here's a
swell.
bonus die for you.
Thank you.
And for James, a little bonus die.
Ooh.
Let's stalk Jim this time.
I just made my roll, so you can see I've already made a 35.
Ooh,
But the bonus
and a
die
75.
might make that better. Let's see. Ooh.
There you go.
No, not much. 35, so it's still a success.
A success? Alright,
Regular
nice.
success as well.
Hey,
27.
okay, yeah. Both of you are able to crouch down, and as the two things come over, they don't say anything to Walter, but what they do is they wrap hands around his biceps, and they sort of pull him backwards towards the house. He doesn't look back at all as he does, but he follows after them and heads towards the building. You stay low for a while, see the door open, another one steps out to let him in, and then as it swings shut, now 4 are within the building. People continue to work the
Hopefully.
fields. No one else seems to have noticed you're here.
Hopefully they're just inviting him in for a pasta dinner, which is
No.
perhaps what Pasta Muncher may be eating. He's just subscribed for 4 months. Hey! That was hard.
that one,
right.
that one really took a shoe to get that one in.
Oh, wow.
Good job.
Quality diving.
Hey, Edie,
Yes.
I'm gonna go get a look and see what's happening in there. I can't. If they're hurting him, I can't let it happen. I'm going in.
How are you going to go in? There's no windows or anything.
I'm gonna
is there?
sneak up and try to look inside.
Around the outskirts there are windows. They are cuts in the world, more like arrow slits on a medieval building,
Right.
than typical windows, but you can't see much more than that. So you're going to try and get closer, Nick?
Okay, well, I'm not going to go with you because I'm not very stealthy, but...
Stay here with Mr. Van der Van. I'll come too, detective.
Are we all... Okay. Yes.
So I think you shortly will. So let's bring the 4 of you together before you
Yeah, I was
decide to
gonna
break
say, I
up. So Nick gets ready to move up and going when you see darting across the low road, taking the opportunity of the door closing and everything to draw focus. William and Jose dart across and slide down the muddy embankment and next to the car with the other 2 of you.
All right.
How much mud are we talking? Because I've only got 1 more suit.
Not enough to stain at this point. You're careful to just go down on the boots.
Very good.
Yeah.
No
Okay,
time to
that's-
waste. They just got him inside. We gotta go look and see what they're doing in there. All right, I crouch down and duck and cover and like duck run.
Okay, all right. So Nick immediately begins to head towards the house. What about everyone else?
I got lucky with my stealth roll. I'm not gonna push that any further.
Yeah, I'm going to stay where I am.
He shouldn't be alone. I'm going to follow him, but maybe you two should get some distance.
Get some kind of signal if things go south and we should leave. I don't know, like...
Gunshots.
We can get the car ready. You
Sure.
can, just dive straight in if anything
All
goes
right.
wrong.
All right, that's what we'll do.
Okay. So the 2 of you are going to get into the car as Nick and Jose both make a break across the field. Hey. All right. Can you both give me a stealth test? I think still take a bonus die. There's not too much risk here.
All right.
Can I grab a bonus die?
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Let me put the bonus die in the.
Or I can
center.
just roll. I can just roll
That's
my
not
regular
good.
dice twice.
I can't see your dice in this setup, so we don't know what you've rolled.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
if you
if you
roll
put-
on
if you
your
put
sheet, you
your-
won't be able to see it.
You put your dice on the right page of your sheet. No,
Oh, yeah,
you
absolutely.
put it on
Sorry
the
about
left side,
that.
and everyone can
Oh, wait, I can just go and look at his
Oh.
page. Wait, what are you?
There were my rolls. So I almost failed with an 83, but that bonus dice gave me a 003.
Ooh, yep,
so
that's
it
good.
screams
All right, well done.
success.
So Jose's
Wait.
good. How about you, Nick?
I can't see.
Yeah, I rolled a 9.
Oh, we are.
Okay,
we
yeah.
are
I got
sneaky.
success. 3.
Wow.
All right, well done. So both of
extreme
you are able
successes.
to dart across, taking advantage of the distraction, and once you're next to the wall, you're able to keep the building between yourselves and the fields further along. There are slits in this. They are deep because the walls themselves are probably 1.5 feet thick. So they are thin cracks that run the length of it, and then they have like amber looking glass on the inside portion, so you'd be able to stick a hand about 8 inches through before hitting the glass, and then everything you see on the inside is as if smeared through a honey bottle or something. It's very difficult to see within. That being said, you can at least see movement from the one you're currently looking inside, but not much more.
Would there be is there a place where we can go to get a better look?
Moving around the outskirts and heading up towards the, I guess, furthest away side, these slits continue. You can see that there are rooms divided within the building. It's not just one large central area, but everything has that same fairly difficult to make out section. However, in one of them, you can see a vaguely smeared figure sitting. Seems to be in place. You could give me a spot hidden test to try and make out more detail. Probably just standard if you want to go for it. Jose, what are you doing?
I will do the same thing. I'm trying to peer in. Actually, I'm going to keep an eye out to make sure that we're not about to get jumped. I think.
All right. I'll presume you're watching either direction. It's flat and open. There's no door here. You have a pretty good eye line on anyone that would try and sneak up on you, or just walk up to you.
I tell you what. I'm gonna luck that down 4 points and get a success 3 on my spot hidden check.
Okay. All right. I'll pay it. That's good. All right. Looking inside here, you can see that you are peeking into a single, I guess, room. Just here. There is a bed up against one of the doors is the worst drawing. And there's a door leading deeper within. On the bed, there is a sleeping figure, unmoving, but standing before it is Walter being held by one of these things who seems to be talking to the sleeping figure, or you guess she's sleeping. They're not moving. He doesn't appear to be in pain. He seems to be more like giving an update or something similar.
There's no way at all we can hear what he's saying, is there?
Make a listen test. Hard, at least.
Fail.
Yeah, he's talking in hushed tones, and there's a fair thickness of material between you and him. Unfortunately, not.
I'm also fairly good at listening. Can I have a go, or am I
you can
too
make a go.
focused on
Go for it.
on looking? So that's a 13, which for me is a success 3.
Okay. All right.
Wow. Nice.
You're kind of relying on, you've got the positioning, you're guessing at some of the words, but you get the general intent. He appears to be apologizing and begging for something. He's standing there perfectly upright, ramrod straight, as if it had been beaten into him not to crouch over or not to change his posture. He seems to be saying, you see him mouthing sorry over and over again. Now, he doesn't have a tongue, he can't speak, but he seems to just be repeating the same motions and sort of like rocking back and forth. And you can see him slowly beginning to cringe as if anticipating something. But nothing seems to... Sorry, go ahead.
I'll say quickly to DeMartino, they've been cutting bits off him. They cut out his tongue, cut off his fingers. I bet they're going to do it again. We have to do something.
I agree. We can't let this happen. Yeah. But unless they do it, I don't know. Are we gonna give ourselves away?
I don't know. I want to. I think we need to help.
Yeah, but if we just charge in there and start shooting, I don't know. That doesn't sound like the smartest move.
Maybe we get closer. Maybe we try and...
Look, I think we need the other two. If we're gonna go in there and start shooting, I want all of us to be here, you know?
All right, I'll get him. You keep an eye, I'll get him. And I'm gonna dart to try and get the other two.
Okay.
I turned to Van de Ven, just like, are your ears burning?
Jose makes a flat sprint back towards the others. I don't need you to roll again this time. Sorry, did you want to say, William?
Yeah, well, while that was happening, can I have a quick aside with
Absolutely.
Edie?
Go for it.
You know, things might turn a little bit ugly in there. It sure would be nice if we had a little bit of extra firepower up our sleeve. You see what I'm saying?
No, I don't see what you're saying.
Well, we found that that battery. It seemed to power that entire house when we stuck it in the oven. And there was that vision that DeMartino had about some of these creatures putting it inside a weapon and it powering up. So I don't know if you want to take a look at slipping into my cane gun, but it seems like that's the extra firepower we're going to need to get out of any sticky situation,
And what if this battery just jams your gun and it blows up in your face, Vanderven?
Well, that's fine. I can buy another one, but I think the risk is worthwhile.
Where exactly are you proposing? It's a battery, Vanderven. It's not. Guns work the way they work. I don't understand how you propose that the battery would change that.
Well, isn't that why you're here? That's what I pay you for, isn't it? The science and the engineering and all that good stuff.
I don't think I get. What do you? I'm not on your payroll. I fix your cars every 6 months.
Well, no, but you're one of the inaugural employees of the Vanderven Detective Agency. That's what we're all here doing.
I don't remember us discussing a salary.
I don't remember us implying that we work for you. I don't know if I like the idea of that.
That's weird. I do.
Is there some way, David, that I can use? I don't know, some kind of check. I just want to see, because I don't believe this makes any sense. But could Edie potentially find some way?
Last session, you did tell me like the battery is going to fit perfectly into the.
Did I say that?
No. David told me that.
I said it looked like it would fit down the barrel. Yeah. There's a good chance that was just me trying to get you to do it.
Yeah, much like a finger fits really well into an electrical socket.
Yeah, exactly. That kind of thing. It's spoon-shaped.
I'll at least look a fork inside there once.
Edie, from what you've seen of it so far, I mean, currently it's only done one thing, visibly. Vanderven put it into a slot, which seemed designed for it, and it turned on a, stovetop kind of thing.
That's what I'm thinking.
And DeMartino's vision told us that they put it into a weapon.
That's right. It seems in a similar slot in a weapon. Now, Edie, you could make a physics test, or let me have a look at your character sheet. Sorry.
Yeah, let me just quickly.
So Edie's pretty good at weird sciencey things.
What?
Yeah.
Physics is surprisingly good.
Well, I mean, it's kind of your thing. I could see, or it could be firearms. Look, I think make a physics test. This will be trying to get a read on what this thing is and what you might be able to do with it. No, this is a fairly sort of quick look at something while in the field. It's not a detailed anything.
I failed.
Yeah,
Regardless.
Look, you're just not sure at the moment. Instinct is some sort of power source. You can't think of a way that you could modify it on the fly.
Yeah, I'm just thinking that I know batteries don't exist in the 30s yet, but we don't exactly stick AAAs down shotgun barrels in the modern day.
I think they do exist, but this
big.
is a weird alien under the earth battery.
You know what? Fuck it. If they're just batteries, there's probably more of them. I feel like this is what I said last time. There's probably more of them. I'll give it to him. I don't care if it explodes in his face.
I think last time you made that exact same argument, but it was why you should have it rather than him. And now you've made the argument against yourself.
The situation is evolving.
Yeah, you're reacting.
You know what? I'm curious, and I'm curious as to what will happen if he does stick in his gun.
Okay.
And I want to know if it works. And I'm not willing to be the guinea pig here. So you know what? I'm not gonna say any of this, but I'll be like, you know what, Vanderven, you have won me over, and I'll give him the battery.
All right. So the battery's passed across, and as this happens, José scuttles across the field, over the road, and down next to the two of you. Nick, you are watching as Nesbit begins to be moved back towards a center room, and as you follow, keeping an eyeline on him around the outside, you can see that inside, because you got an extreme success, there are 6 of these undead-looking things, and there is the one sleeping figure, and there is Walter. So 8 people currently inside the house. Okay?
All right, doing the math there. We all got to take out 2 each. We can do that. Easy, no problem.
He's also being moved and currently heading what looks like back out towards the doorway. So, José, what do you say to the others as you arrive?
We think they're gonna hurt him. We need everyone. We need everyone. Quick.
Okay. I don't think I have a weapon, but
bring a wrench. Get a shovel.
I have a wrench. Do I have a wrench? I probably have a wrench. Okay, I bring a wrench.
There's not too many of them. We can take them.
We just we got to do something.
That's right. I'm good at punching people. Yeah, no, I'm on board with this.
Nick's gonna decide. We just need to be there.
All
Okay.
right. You got us. We'll keep the car unlocked just in case.
Come on, stay low.
All right, so the car is unlocked and you move back over the road and begin to head towards the other side. As this happens, Nick, you see the door swing open. Walter is led out in between two people and they're heading towards the field again. Now, the field is a good sprint away. It's far enough that if you want to take any action, now might be the time to do so, or you might want to just leave it and let him go back to his work. What are you doing, Nick? You're the one that's closest. Oh, you guys aren't quite there yet. Yeah, sort of.
He's
by
left
road.
the house now. I'm gonna leave him and let him go back to the fields.
Okay, all right, so you don't take any action. What about the other three of you?
Rejoining Nick is my priority, and I think that I'll encourage the other two to do so.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
regroup first, but we'll follow Nick's lead, I reckon.
Yeah, I think that's what. Yeah.
After a short run, you're able to join Nick on the side of the house, and once again, Walter has moved over and into the fields with one of the creatures with him, and in theory, the other 5 and the prone figure still inside the building. You probably want to talk in hushed tones, but from around the side, you're outside of view at least.
All right. There's a guy lying down inside. He seems to be in charge in some way, shape, or form. He's the guy we gotta get to. I reckon he's the guy who's controlling all of this.
Well, do we get to him or do we leave him alone? I mean,
I don't know. Look, they're clearly not being treated very well here. I didn't see him cut anything off, but they've clearly been doing it before. I don't think we can leave here without doing something about this. Am I right?
Walking corpses in the garden. That my only worry is whatever, and I point at the electric towers, whatever they are.
Yeah.
These devices. I'm worried they might be stopping him somehow from leaving, and if we go in, we might be subject to the same thing. Edie, can you take a look at them? Do you know what these are?
I mean, I can have a look. I can't guarantee we can shut them down, but I can certainly have a look.
Could you make a scientific hypothesis?
Yeah.
Do you want to make an
Also
electrical
known as a
repair roll?
guess.
Yeah. Sure. I mean, we could just knock them down like normal power
Whack
lines,
'em.
but
Make an electrical repair roll, Rachel.
give me a...
I'm also going to hand over my spare 2 shells to Mr. Vandervan.
I think I had a roll last session and we've got...
Yeah, he's got a bunch.
we've got
Oh
each
yeah,
of
but
them.
I didn't know how many you had on you, just in case.
I failed.
Okay.
Yeah, I failed.
75.
75.
Yeah, look,
Yeah.
it matches. There seems to be cabling running in, but you don't necessarily know what direction it's going. You also don't know. I mean, the batteries they held had a ton of power in them, if that's what they were. Dealing with this thing, tampering with what may be a live line, could be very dangerous.
Yeah, I'm hesitant, and I don't know how this could possibly entrap them if that's what's happening.
Entrapment. You have to get them to admit to their crimes.
So,
Yeah.
so this wire leaves the house and what goes around the entire.
It
Field
does
or
like
what?
let me whip one of these on. So it goes sort of like down here
Yep.
to a hub. And then further along the road, you actually see one branches off sort of here-ish and heads in a different direction, so on and so forth.
Be power lines. They could just be power lines. Why would they?
Yeah, I know, but I reckon we want to cut the power.
Why would we want to do that
They
necessarily?
could be power, or they could be some kind of telegraph poles, communications.
I reckon. Here's my theory. If we cut the power, it'll surprise them at least, or do something. I don't know. I think if we can get that power off, then if you can get that power off, Edie, then the 3 of us can go inside and cause a ruckus.
Okay, well,
Perhaps in the dark or
Or at very least, threaten this boss into telling us what's going on here. Does
yeah,
this thing
and get
look
him to
human?
release these people or
Let's
something.
be clear. Did this thing look human?
I don't know.
Elijah?
I just saw a prone figure. Is all I saw.
The rough shape of human, yes.
humanoid, I believe is what you said before.
Yeah.
Look, there's the scientific option and then there's the unscientific option. We could ram the car into one of the poles. Don't give me that encouraging thumbs up. Or is David, is there any kind of I'm looking for something that looks broadly like a transformer, like something. If it is power, something that is like a convergence point.
It looks like it's heading approximately towards the city in the distance.
Yeah.
But just here alone, I mean, you saw the section where Walter was scrubbing at it. Speaking of Walter, I've added his happy little face to the, to the
he
board.
doesn't look.
No, he looks miserable, and you can see his fingies are missing.
Oh.
So,
Oh god.
not on these, and given you failed your roll, you'd probably need to inspect one closer in order to...
Yeah. Look, I can see. So the car is like across the way. The car is also silent, and the car. Ooh, but it would probably damage it.
I think we're wasting time. We have a chance.
I don't think this matters terribly. I think we should just go in and see if we can find out what's happening.
Okay, let's just do that then.
Okay. All right, so you head round towards the front door, and you're just going to knock, or just going to kick it down?
I think we should just enter the room.
There appears to be only one entrance.
Yes.
So let me
My
just-
last
We can't like jump through the roof.
No, so the roof is like a large... It's fairly flat, and it's still made of those gold bricks. It's pretty insurmountable. It's made with large, thick bricks all along it. Exploding this, breaking a way in, all of that would be fairly difficult.
No. Let's just walk in and demand to speak to the manager.
If we
As
did
one
this,
does.
the only thing is, if you disconnected the power at the house, some of them inside might have to come out to fix it, which means there's less of them inside.
I
Ah,
quite
which is
like the
a
plan.
Alright,
I
tis
think
an
it'd take him by surprise. Catch him with the pants down. See what we can do.
I think if we turn off the power, then some of them will leave the
Wait,
house.
Thank you for the follow. That's a reaction. I just don't understand how you propose to cut off the power. I mean,
I don't know. It's science, isn't that your shtick?
yeah, it's science, but then there's the different. There's science. Then there's electrocuting yourself with alien magic. I don't
Yeah,
really
don't you
want
have
to.
gloves?
Don't you have gloves? Why don't you do it?
All right. You're right. I'm putting this in your court. If you don't think you can do it, then don't do it. But I reckon if you can try.
How are we on dynamite sticks these days?
Yeah, David.
Zilch.
I believe you used all of them crossing the bridge in the cavern place.
Yeah, that sounds right to me.
I think we traded dynamite for a car.
Yes, that is
You know
basically
what?
the
Um,
trade.
I already did an electrical repair roll.
You could try and get closer to one of them. They're a little bit off the track, but you could get to one if you continued up along the road a little bit. You'd be closer to the fields. If you stayed there, if you got your kit out and you spent a little bit of time with it, you could try again, but as is, you'd be just straight pushing the roll.
I feel like that would take at least 10, 15 minutes, which is time I don't feel like we have.
30 to an hour, realistically.
30 to an hour. How does that sound, everyone? That doesn't sound like time that we have.
Well, we're not really pressed for time at the moment.
Aren't we?
Nesbitt's back out in the field now. He's safe.
Oh, okay.
There's- Like, he's not going to get anything cut off.
All right, well, I'll go, but I'll need a spotter.
Well, could you not do it at the house? Like, where the line goes into the house?
Oh, yeah. It's a good call.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, no, I
That
could.
way you don't have to go up anywhere. You could just...
I'd be happy to keep a watch for you there. Yeah, since the muscle are probably gonna, charge in.
Yeah, and then I suggest once you cut that power, you get out of there as soon as possible because they are going to come out. I
Really?
think.
And
So
this is-
here's what I think. I'm going to put me here. What color are you, Edie?
I'm red.
You're red. Edie here. What are you? Okay.
Blue.
Yeah.
Vanderven
right,
is
sweet.
blue.
So then, when they come outside, they're going to go along here to the power lines.
Well,
you
we
guys
just
need to go
run
up.
around the back, yeah.
You guys run around the back. Meanwhile, the two of us run inside and deal with the guy lying down. And
You
then
rough him up,
two-
see what you can get out of him, see?
You do a lap of the house and come back in this way.
All right. I see no flaws in this plan.
I don't either. I
Let's
think
get
it's
to it.
flawless.
Yep, that's what that word means.
Okay,
This is classic Nick DeMartino plan.
so to recap, Edie and William are both going around towards the entrance, where the power seems to connect, while Jose and Nick, you're going around the side. Is that right? There's no entrances that way.
Yeah, we're going to be over here, and then when they cut the power, people will leave through here
And then you pincer movement
and go over
them.
here, and then we're going to go inside.
Okay. All right.
We're making a beeline for that dude lying down. I want to get a gun in his face and tell him that he needs to stop what he was doing.
Stop being evil. Don't be
He's
bad.
the one that is clearly in charge.
Don't cut people's fingers
You
off.
dick. All right.
Exactly. Why are you cutting
You
people's fingers
bastard.
off?
Okay.
As LYPD, you are under arrest.
You
Anything
son of
do
a
to say-
bitch. Okay.
Just before we dart and implement the plan, I'm gonna
Such a good plan,
pause
though.
for a second and think you don't think it's the woman from the institute, do you? The one who fled, the one who vanished.
Miss Ash, I believe. We saw her in the dream.
Yeah.
Couldn't be her. Why would it be her?
I think it's quite possible.
Why
something
would
would-
it be her?
Well, we found one person from the institute here. It makes sense that if there's two people down here, that they could be together. Plus, this is kind of some of the animated corpses there. They're human. This seems like it's a place of humanity.
I don't know that she seemed the kind of lady that would. I don't know. She didn't seem.
She
At
seems
least
like
from
she
the
might.
records that we read.
It's a thought. Look, we'll find out in a second. Anyway.
Yeah, let's ring him out for all the info we can get.
Oh, by the way, if you can't figure out how to disconnect the plan, then we'll all just burst in there anyway.
Look, I could always just try not to kill myself cutting the line. I mean, I can do that at the end of the day.
And I can shoot it.
Actually, no, you might electrocute yourself. That's probably a bad thing. By electrocute, I mean like with weird magic.
I could
electricity.
ascend. I could gain powers. It would be great.
I am infinite, Edie.
Bring me your cars.
I command 1,000 cars now.
I am infinity. Yeah, it works. It works.
Nice.
Yeah, I'll pay. I like it.
Nice. Okay.
Babe.
All right,
The two of
guns
you are
out,
gonna,
boys.
The two of you are going to take a little bit, and over in that direction is where the farm was, or the, I guess, crop. There we go. Mouse running.
Oh, that is well done.
This way is towards the car, and there's the sort of path which heads back up and away. All right, Edie, can you give me an electrical repair test, please, as you attempt to sabotage this? For the others, William, you're just keeping an eye out, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, all right. Okay, we'll presume that you're keeping an eye out towards the farm and also the other way, as the other two of you are...
But
sort
I'm
of-
expecting the things inside to come out.
Yes, okay.
That's my main attention.
That seems realistic.
Yeah.
So, do you want to give me a spot? Actually, you're probably fine. I don't think you need to roll anything. You're watching. I'll let you know as soon as something moves.
Can I listen?
Yeah, make a listen check.
To what's going on
It's
inside?
gonna be very difficult, especially from here. At least hard. For the other two, can you both make stealth tests? Again, bonus die. You've got the prep time, and this is just gonna be see if something moves out. Are you hidden when they approach?
Yep. I get you. I get exactly what you mean.
All right, Edie, how did you go?
Can I grab? Actually, I'll roll.
Oh, no.
twice,
I've rolled 3 70 somethings in a row using this fucking thing, and I'm getting a little bit. Okay, that's how I rolled a critical one. It doesn't count, and I can't use it. But anyway, okay.
I do like you complaining that I never roll anything. Watch me roll something
That's
terrible,
one.
and you roll best result that can be.
All right.
I don't know what you're talking about because I rolled a 12, which is
I failed.
pretty good. Okay.
Can I push this to
Yes,
just
you
kind of
can.
like
So,
hit it?
Edie,
a bunch?
as you're
Can I use that
there,
roll?
you can see that where the cable goes in, it's made as if from braided silver. It's wrapped around itself, and the strands are impossibly thin, with no visible fraying. Despite time, it's being open to the elements, it doesn't appear to be damaged by any of that in any way. It runs between one of the distant columns into a almost like a bull ring on the side of the house, which it's wrapped around. Now you could try and just sabotage it. You grabbed a wrench for a weapon. You could always try and pry it up and just disconnect the whole thing. You may push the roll. This is literally playing with possibly live current. Like there's a reasonable risk of a bit of a zap here. It's up to
I
you.
roll a
I'm
character.
on full HP.
All right, sorry. And just for you,
I've
Rachel.
never heard a worse reason.
What'd you say, Jackson?
I roll a success 3 on my listen.
Okay, all right, nice.
If that helps me at all.
Not in this case, as
Very
Edie
good.
will be seeing if you need to stay any longer. But for the moment, you can hear things moving inside, but nothing seems to be heading towards the door. Not immediately, at least.
That's what I'm listening
Actually,
out for.
what you're aware of is they appear to be just doing a sort of slow rotation, as if guarding or, patrolling the inside. All right, Edie,
see.
go ahead
Success.
Damn.
Like, my elect repair is 45 and I roll a 45.
Ooh, that was a brave push. Okay, all right. I'm pissed. All right, you get up towards
not.
the edge of it, and
I'm okay with it.
You're able to. You've got those big welding gloves on, I think, that you wear, which I think
Yeah,
helps
hell
to
yeah.
prevent any zipping and zapping. You're able to pry the wrench up along the side and then slowly begin to work. There are no actual nuts or anything to loosen, but you're able to disconnect the side by just prying it free from the golden bricks, and suddenly they come loose, drop down, both you and Vanderven taking a few very quick steps back. It drags in the dirt and grass, and you can see black sort of smoke beginning to coil out of it from where it's connecting, and inside it seems to be dark. The movements that you heard in steady patrol around the outside suddenly begin to accelerate and converge, heading for this door. I'm
Alright.
pointing at it in real life, which wasn't
signaled
helpful.
to
And
to
going
Donovan that
out.
we should
As per Nick's plan, we're gonna head counterclockwise around the back.
Okay. So the two of you cycle up, going this way. What about the two of you heading down and around, or are you going to stay there until they exit?
We're staying here until some exit.
Okay. You see two come outside, and by your count, there are... Nope, one went into the fields. 3 remaining. The two that exit stand in the open, not really observing, not searching, but they don't appear to have seen you, and then they just move as if robotically, turning in a sharp angle, and then march along the side here and begin to round the corner heading up towards this. Anyone moving or trying anything
Okay,
else?
as soon as they get to the corner, I think we go, right?
Yeah.
Jose?
Yeah, we dart in.
Okay,
and
you're
as we jog up, as we run up, I go, okay, Jose, you go left, I go right, and we converge on. We find the prone figure. She's the one. They're the one we're after. He or
All right.
she.
The door was still open, and as you round the corner, you can see you're in a small corridor. On either side, there are, in lieu of paintings, just hung curtains about a foot off the wall that obscure the gold behind it. It's a small room, and then you can see a door on the other side. There are also doors on your left and right.
As in,
All
there's a
right.
door ahead of us as well.
Yes. Sorry, I just didn't draw it. There we go.
Yeah. I'm gonna stick with the plan. I'm gonna go right.
I go left.
Okay. All right, as both of you flank into the rooms, booting them open, you can see that they open into what appear to just be small, very small rooms that are sort of oddly shaped. Not typical to how we would use anything like this. One goes around that way, and the other circles round and to the side. Now, yours, Nick, is a dead end, and there is nothing inside it except on the distant wall over towards the edge, there is a pedestal. And sitting atop it is what looks like a velvet cushion holding like a thin piece of meat or something.
Take it.
In your room, however, Jose, you can see there is one of these things which immediately upon seeing you is going to move forward. It has a second arm under its left. None are gripping weapons, but it seems to move forward with the intent to thwack.
Okay.
All right.
I yell out at the top of my lungs, clear!
I open fire.
Okay, all
Gun
right.
ready.
Okay, you've got a ready weapon, so we'll go to Dex for the initiative. But you, with a ready weapon, add 50 to it.
Yep.
So let me just get my go fast.
If we're going into combat, I think I'll be if I'm hearing the gunshots, I'm gonna start shooting if something crosses like around the corner so that I can see it, because then I'm taking pressure away from the guys inside.
Okay, definitely. So we'll factor all of you into joining an initiative order, and we can do as we will. Sorry, where's my?
This is some breach and clear stuff. This is
I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
All right.
I stopped.
Who's got a high initiative? I think it was
I'm
Nick.
65.
I think you're first.
Initiative.
Yeah, sorry, Dex.
Dex.
Ooh, 50.
So Nick is 60.
Also
65.
60.
Sorry, also 60 was you, William?
I'm 65.
Okay, then William. Who is anyone 55, or are both of you 50?
50.
Okay, Jose.
50.
I'm a readied weapon, so I'm 100 for the first turn.
Yeah, for the first time, we'll just bump you up, and then that's Jose. Let's give it one of those, and give it the respect it deserves. And lastly,
I'm the best puncher. Why am I so far back?
Hey?
I'm the best puncher. I should be.
It should be up there for whacking.
Arr.
I will also just color because it'll become apparent pretty soon. Our friends are in here. All right.
Okay.
Jose, you are first by this one by a healthy margin. Within this distance, you are within point blank range, so you can add a bonus die to your attack, but not for size. So go ahead and ka-chow.
Sure thing. Now, to be clear, I'm just since we're in the full attack mode here. I've got my pocket knife in my other hand, and I'm doing that cool little 1-2.
Awesome. Hell yeah.
And I'm
I
gonna.
know you all know what that is.
Well, it was from Modern
Call
Warfare
of Duty.
2, I think, where you'd run around with it and you'd fly across the map whenever you melee attacked. Yeah, that's sweet.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right, go ahead, Jim.
All right, and I'm going to fire multiple times to make my shots normal.
Awesome.
Yep. Cool. So I'm going to make 3 attacks, and they'll all be standard, right?
Yes, go for it.
Okay, great. So, first shot. That is a 56, which for me is a success. Bang.
Ooh, it is. Nice. All right, go ahead and roll damage.
Okay. And we have a 9 damage.
Well done. That's a palpable strike, James.
Now, please tell me the bullet does something.
Oh, yeah. So the bullet hits. You can see the thing recoil. It's flesh. Ribs are broken. The chest is exposed. And while it is damaged, it is not dead. Additionally, while it has hit it, it has been reduced.
Sure.
Okay.
So,
Second shot.
So you can
Miss.
see-
Third shot. Also a miss. 2 90s. Damn.
okay, yeah, you fire twice. 3 times. The first one slams into it and it moves backwards visibly, but the second 2 go wide as it charges forward towards you. So that was Jose. Nick, you're up. You're in a room with nothing and you've heard Jose begin to fire.
All right, I'm gonna leave this room, and I'm gonna go through into this room.
Okay, all right, so you're not helping him.
No.
Okay. Moving back into here and then into this next room. Let me just get my sweet ass color and pen. You can see it's like a circular room with doors, as our tradition, into all the different ones. And then laid out throughout it, there are holes in all of the rooms as if bored in, kind of like you saw in that farmhouse the other session, except these ones all have gold-capped items inside, filling up the, what shape is that? A column, whatever. Tube, I guess, like holes. Additionally, around the wall, there are more of these same pedestals. Now, some of these have small locked boxes on them, little gold ones, quite delicate. Others have possibly like cages that have cloth draped around the inside. And as you see one of these ones with cloth draped, something taps along the inside, causing little shimmers along the cloth where it reacts. Additionally, from this room over here, you can hear movement as something comes charging forward. but hasn't
Am I,
acted yet.
am I pretty sure that directly ahead of me in the room? I guess I'm probably down in my turn. But
X marks
in
the
this,
spot.
In that's where the prone person is.
Yeah.
Okay. My intention is to go into that room in my next.
I'll tell you what, if you're just moving, go for it. So you then sprint through the last door, lowering your shoulder and slamming into it. Can you make a strength test, as this one is locked?
Oh, shoot.
Isn't your strength
Edie!
pretty low? I'm
Edie, we need
outside.
you!
I can't help you. What?
Edie!
How can I hear my name all of a sudden?
Alright, I'm rolling. My strength is 40, and I roll.
That's not bad.
I
That's
rolled
cocked.
exact. Can I get that? Everyone thinks that's a 40. That's
Oh,
not
if you
cocked?
hover it, it says 4.
Yeah.
So it's a 40.
Yep.
Well,
Then
that
I
was
rolled-
close. All right.
I rolled
Um,
exactly a 40.
Well done.
All right. So you charge forward and lower your shoulder, slam into the door, and it splinters backwards, broken from however it's held on. If there was a latch or something on the inside, it's shattered backwards, and you charge into the room. So this one is very sparsely decorated. There are yet more velvet like curtains hanging a foot off the wall, and then on a very simple bed with sort of planks in lieu of a mattress lying across it with no sheet or doona to cover them is a woman, or a female figure at least. Oh, hang on, I have a thingy.
Oh, you
She's-
may have been
I knew
right.
it.
She's
You may have been right.
The woman from the Institute.
she is dressed
Ash.
in tall robes with sort of golden filigree along the side. She has dark black hair, and her eyes, while open and causing you to start for a moment, are staring into the distance as if focused on something far through the roof and through even the clouds above. Lastly, you can see that sort of attached along her chin in lieu of a beard are a number of fingers with a different flesh color, much paler than her own, which sort of, going down this way rather, creak out and sort of just idly wander a little bit as if caught in dream. I've added a little picture to here.
Where have you added a picture?
Next to
No,
Walter.
we don't need a picture.
Oh.
Ah!
And she is currently lying back with her hands clasped along her chest and staring up towards the ceiling. She does not appear to have reacted to you entering the room.
Quick old question. I know this might hinder me in the long run. Do I have to roll a sanity check?
Let me check.
Or a
I
finger,
don't. I
or a
would
finger
like
beard's
to.
okay. Like I think finger beards are fine.
Look,
They
I know
went
the long
into
run-
fashion in the 30s.
It's a scale. You do not. All things considered, nah.
finger beards are finger beards. All right.
Yeah, that's right. All right.
I
Nick,
assume that's the end of my
that's
turn.
you done. William, you're up. Mr.
Yes, I
Vanderven.
am. Sorry, I was just
You're right.
graffitiing on the image. Cool. So I was preparing to shoot whatever creature so designed.
Yeah, so you can definitely
So
see
Danes
one
who
of
come
these
around the
moving
corner.
around the side. The second one is just a little bit further back for the moment.
Excellent. I think I'm going to take the element of surprise, try to surprise him with my shotgun. So let me get as close to as, optimal range as I can.
So you're gonna level the gun and charge forward.
Yeah, I reckon so.
All right, awesome. If you move to here, you're within your closest range, which I think is 4d6 on your attack.
I believed it was 3d6, but I could be wrong.
Is this with battery?
This is
Did you?
with battery.
Oh, I can check the investigator.
No, I don't think he's applied the battery yet. Unless
I
Have you
have not
applied the
yet.
battery,
he's
Vanderven? Okay.
keeping
I have
it-
not
he's keeping
yet.
it. Sorry, when you said with
I
battery, I
leave it
thought
out
you
the
meant is he
corner.
just gonna thump him?
Oh, like a
Like
battery and
and
assault.
yeah.
Is it just regular assault or is it assault with a battery?
I'm going to leave my options open. No,
yeah.
you're right. I think it is.
Vanderven.
So yeah, it'll be 4d6. So go ahead and make a firearms shotgun
Firearms.
test, and you have a bonus die.
Oh, what do I have to bonus die?
You are close enough range. This thing is within a fifth of your dex.
Excellent. Are you watching me? Are you watching
I
me roll?
am. I'm looking right at you.
Excellent.
I'm not.
Just
Here
for
it
context,
comes.
if you rather than no, you got it.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
36 is going to do it, I
That's
believe.
good. That's a success. All right, so go ahead and roll 4d6. I think you have.
46. You've only given me 3. You bastard.
There you go. Now you got 4.
Oh, amazing.
It
that was incredible.
spawns from nowhere like magic.
Conjured it out of midair. All right, here comes the roll.
Like a magician.
What's that?
What is
Hover, it'll say.
13.
It's 3. Is that 13 total?
13 total.
All right, that's really good.
Wonderful.
Once again, it fires. You can see bits of the skin and flesh just shredded off it, and it's actually got an opening through its side where its abdomen will be. But the damage has been reduced by its nature. So you did 13, right?
Yes, and I killed it.
No, unfortunately you didn't.
Nice try.
But it's pissed is good news. Yeah, it's not thrilled about occurrences. All right. It appears its, I guess, nature. It's sort of as if it's like meat that's gone bad. It's kind of begun to go soft. It's kind of letting itself be torn away rather than damaged. Might be ways to circumvent that, but at the moment, you got more questions than not. All right. Yay, it's their turn. So,
Oh, pork.
you belted open a door. So these two are going to come running through here, and they're going to move to make friends with yourself, Nick.
What? Why?
But they have to close the distance, so we're going to leave them there for the time being. The last one sprints towards you, Jose. You fired 3 times, the first hitting, but the second 2 go wide. Not wild, as it closes the distance and connects with you. So, I'm going to roll an attack. You may choose to either riposte or dodge.
I'm going to make a dodge check.
Go for it. Alright. I need to get my diceys. I've only got...
great.
I'm missing a dicey. You know what? These are my d10s.
We can't see them.
I know, I was gesturing to
What are you
chat.
talking about?
I care about chat more. My statties. Attack. Did you succeed?
No, I didn't. I'm just debating whether I burned luck.
It's gone pretty wide. I wouldn't.
Okay,
It's
if I can
missed.
see that, I...
No, it's fairly definitely missed. All right, so that one has closed the distance to you, hasn't been able to hit, but it's engaged with you. Nick, of the 2 with you, one of them is the normal looking, but the second one has an extra limb coming down from the lower point. Neither are attacking you for the time being, but Mr. Vanderven, you are a popular man. Both are going to make attacks at you. You may choose to dodge or thwomp. Preference?
So, for context,
that's it right there.
riposting requires an extra level of success as compared to dodging, which I need to meet their level.
If
Is that
you
correct?
tie while riposting, you lose. If you tie while dodging, you win.
And riposting is fighting brawl.
Yes, because you kind of just take
Okay.
your gun.
Pass with a firearm.
You
I would
can,
not be so
can't you?
bold. No, I'll try to dodge both of them.
Got the combat up here. Okay. All right. I'll
You
make
can
my
riposte
first-
with your firearm, just FYI. You can fire a shot.
I've only got 2
You've got
shots where I
2
have to
shots,
reload.
right, in the weapon.
Yeah.
got
Yeah.
one more?
Can I?
This one that's
Alright,
attacking you first
alright,
is
you
also the
tempted
one
me.
that's you've softened him.
Yeah, the
All right.
Switch
I'm
off
gonna
the one-
riposte. I'm gonna riposte the softie.
Okay. All right. I'm making my attack.
You're not gonna give me a bonus die again, are you? I don't know why you gave it to me the
no,
first
I
time, but that's
think
fine.
Ooh, far out.
point blank range.
Yeah, I think I will. You have a bonus die.
Well,
It's
I'll
still
take
there.
That bonus die.
Hang on,
I'll
I'm
take
just
that
writing
bonus
chat.
die, I
I'm
think
writing
that-
their skill in thwapping, in big letters, so we can all have fun, and they don't get to know what we're talking about. There we go.
Rude. First of all, rude.
Tell us, chat. No, don't tell us.
All right, here comes the roll. 45 is not quite a success 2, just success 1.
Okay, that'll do it because they missed. So the first one attacks.
Oh,
Well done.
excellent!
All right,
so
so
I
we-
get another 4d6 damage.
Yeah, go for it. It runs forward.
Incredible.
It's already been sort of loosened up a bit.
17.
Ooh, that's a lot of damage.
I think that might do it.
That's a lot of damage.
Yeah,
Oh.
no, that all right. That one's dead. So this time the second shot goes off. It catches in the same portion, and this one just severs through its spine, blowing out the back of it, and in
Fantastic.
2 halves, it splatters to the ground in front of you.
That's what I
Deshoosh.
signed up for.
Yeah.
Of course, now I have to reload, which is a problem.
You do, and the second one's
But
going
it's a
to
problem
attack.
for next turn. Oh, the second one's going to attack. I'm going to
Yes, it
dodge
will.
that.
So go for a dodge test.
Go for a dodge. Without my bonus die. Here it comes. Oh, yes! 14, success 2.
Okay, yeah, that's a success as well. This one is moving over you, and you just duck under it, take a few steps back, and they're unable to connect. These things do not seem particularly accurate. That being said, you'd probably rather not get hit by them. They seem to be more capable of soaking damage than actually dealing it.
That's fine with me. That
They're a
looks
little
like great.
unwieldy. All right, that's going to wrap you up, and I...
Or them.
Yeah, sorry. Jose, you're about to be up. Let me just confirm ski.
I haven't heard
Edie, what about Edie?
Yeah.
It's Jose.
Well, Jose took a turn at the start.
Oh yeah, sorry.
and then went-
I forgot that you're already gone. Edie,
It's okay, as long as...
Edie,
okay,
eat
whatever.
Okay.
you.
Oh, okay. Oh, fuck. So, is Vandervan in a bad way? Because I am willing to
No,
assist.
I'm in touch.
He's kind
I
of
mean, I
alright.
killed one.
That being said, you're pretty good at thwamping.
I killed one, but I had 2 shots. So
Well,
I'm
I mean, I'd
fine.
have to go that way anyway to get inside, so I think I will run around to assist.
Okay. So you
I'm gonna need
circle
to reload.
round.
Quote
As-
unquote punch.
As you run into it, you've got your wrench. You can see in the distance on the farm, they are completely ignoring this. Nothing's looking at you. They've definitely heard the shots. They couldn't have not. Actually, I would say one exception. The one that was leading Walter is turned and is running back at a sprint, and Walter is looking over, vaguely terrified. But all the other ones, and they're more of the same thing, don't seem to be doing anything. It's your turn though, and you can close the
Interesting.
distance. You can make a thwack.
Interest. Yeah, I wanna just give him a slap.
All right, I'm gonna thwack you back.
Edie's
Excuse me?
tough.
Ooh. I rolled good.
Okay, what do I have to do to roll?
Sorry?
Good.
What do you need? Just a fighting brawl?
Yep, fighting brawl.
Ew, I failed.
All right, it got a success 3.
Bruh,
Wait, hang
okay.
on. Double O math. That is exactly a success 3. So
Woo.
I am going to deal
Could I have won that?
with a thwack. Yeah,
No.
if you'd gotten a success 3,
Oh.
you would have won it.
Okay.
All right, you take 4 plus 3. You take 7 points of damage. As you
Woo.
swing down with the wrench, it leans under and it just drives sharp claws up your sort of like the outside of your shirt, leaving a trail of blood
Ooh.
behind it.
7 points is not a small number.
No, that's a
These were-
healthy chunk.
Such a
these
major
were
wound.
weak.
Such a
Major
wound.
wounds, don't worry about for pulp, but it's still a big hit.
I'm gonna just kind of and fall over and be like, Vandervan, deal with this.
I use the distraction to reload.
You may do that on your turn. All right, Nick, you're up. As you're looking at this person, oh, sorry, hang on. Let's do a big old. This is how far away our friend who's running to join you is. I'll color those in on it as he gets his turn. When the last one's colored, he's there. All right, Nick, you can see that there are the 2 of them before you. One of them has 2 arms. You presume he will hit you more. The other one has just the normal 2, and the person on the floor is beginning to stir. You can see their eyes are darting around as if looking in the distance, and their sort of fingers have gripped around their chin, and they're beginning to twitch or spasm almost as if forcing themselves awake. What do you want to do?
Now, I saw, what's his name, talking to her, right?
Yes.
What's his name being?
You saw him
Walter Nesbitt.
mouthing at her. Not talking, but yeah. Just he had no tongue, is all.
Because what I want to do is like bolt up to her bed or whatever it is, the place where she is prone.
There's a bed.
Jam a gun to her head, and like say, "Look, lady, call off your beasties, all right? If you don't, I'm gonna blow your brains out."
Okay. You, with the 2 on their tail, basically you don't have the time to get out a full thing, but you pull the gun, load it, and slam it down into her skull, hard enough to leave a bruise. The other 2 are moving towards you, one sort of pummeling at the back of your jacket, and the other one scratching at you, trying to sort of pull you, clawing away. As you yell at her, there's no visible reaction for a moment, and then, can you make an intimidation test, please?
I would love to make an intimidation check. Give me a hot
Is it
second.
jam
you've
gun in
got-
the face worth a bonus die?
I tell you what, it is, but this is going to be probably extreme
Okay.
to see a reaction. Hang on, let me get you a bonus die. Wait, I got some. Wait
Okay.
for me.
So it is an extreme success that's needed, but I do have a bonus die.
I think I left them with Van de Ven. There you are. Ka-chang. Nope, that's Jose. Ka-chang.
Thank you. There we go. Got it. All right.
So your
Alright.
skill in Intimidate is
50,
just for...
which means I need a 10.
Okay, yep, go for it. There's always a chance. That is
Can I
real
luck it?
close. Yeah, you can luck it.
Yeah. I would like to luck that down 2 points to a success.
Okay.
An extreme success.
Yeah, no, that's good. All right. With the gun on their temple and sort of pushing down into it, the other two are continuing to pummel. Their eyes suddenly snap onto yours, and can you please make a power test?
Please no.
You have their
Do
attention.
do I get a bonus die on this one?
No.
All right, power check. 80 is my power. I rolled a 44. I'm gonna luck that down 4 points. I've used a lot of luck, but I want a success 2 on that.
All right. As you do it, you get a sort of something worms its way through your head. When you were young, when you were still with your sister, with your family, there was a circumstance when someone made their way into your house. Might have been a robbery, might have been an attempted assault. I mean, if your dad was a cop, it could have been someone looking for retribution. They came into your house, they sort of took away your privacy, your safety, and they terrified you. What was the circumstance? Can you elaborate on this memory and what you're thinking just now?
Look, my dad wasn't no cop. He was actually probably a little bit more into shadier things than I would care to mention. Look, so and when you're into stuff like that, nowhere is safe. It was like a rival group of criminals or something broke in, and just to sort of mess with my dad a little bit. But it really got to me, I think. Yeah, especially with my sister as well, because I need to protect her. And if I'm not awake, if I can't protect her, what good am I?
Yeah. So I think they came in, they didn't do anything like you said, it was just a show of force, it was to show that they could. But you woke up and you were terrified. And you immediately get, especially with a success 2, the instinct that A, this is how this person communicates, and B, they are scared of you.
Okay.
The
Shit.
hands behind you stop clawing for a moment at least. Do you want to do anything else? That's probably your turn, but you could try
Yeah.
something more.
Probably my next intention, just to let you know, is on a hunch. I think I might take off a glove and attempt to use psychometry to communicate to her as best I can.
Okay, speaking of that, I am just adding a skill to your character sheet. You now have telekinesis at 5.
Ooh.
Okay. William,
Woo.
you're up.
Nice.
Wait, sorry. Sorry, one more thing. But she seems to have understood me when I talked to her, though.
Oh, yeah, well, she seems, or she at least recognizes a gun, she recognizes this, that, and the other. You're not, she's intelligent, certainly.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yeah, you're probably, you're not, there's still
I get
the
it.
break. You're not really talking on equal terms at the moment. So, William, the two things charge at you. You are able to fire and take out the other one, but as Edie took a swing at the last, it clawed up her stomach and is now beginning to, attack her. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna need to reload.
Okay, so you
Is that gonna take my whole turn?
break open the barrel, load in 2 shells. If you're not
You
moving,
can't help me at all.
I don't think so. Nah, go for it. You make a shot.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah, I
With
think
bonus
because I think
die?
you can
'Cause
also
I'm
you can put
split
in
across.
one shell and fire basically indefinitely. If I recall
Why don't you just
correctly.
hit them with your gun, Van?
Bonk.
Right, so I can reload once and shoot once, or reload twice.
You can reload once and shoot once. You can just keep doing
That's
that.
what I'll do. All right, cool.
I
and
will
that's
say
bonus
with
die back.
Edie in here, with everything that's going on, you will not
Oh, that's
have
bonus
the
die.
bonus die. And I'm
fair.
going to go ahead and riposte you. So I'm going to try and
Alright.
whack you.
Here comes the roll. 26 is fantastic. Success 2.
Oof, they also got a success too, but ties go in your favor. So, well done, sir. You are the proud owner of 4d6 damage.
My hero.
Oh,
4d6.
that's
Take
6.
it home.
I got
How much
a 1
damage?
and a 1 and a 3 and a 1.
So 6.
Bruh.
All right.
Oh,
It connects, but it's not enough to take them out. That's now going to be their turn. I think, given you... All right, so first of all,
Mistake.
in this room, Nick, the two that were behind you have sort of moved backwards. They still have hands clawed into your jacket and kind of not holding you physically, but in a position that they could. The figure before you has locked eyes with you and is still not moving, but is like engaged in an intense staring contest. And the one with you, Jose, is continuing to attempt to pummel you. So I'm going to attack both. I think it's going to be William. So William and Jose, could you both make either riposte or dodge checks at your call?
Dodge for me.
All right, so this is going to be
well, I
Jose.
can't riposte with my shotgun because it's not loaded, right?
No, you could just bonk them. But it'd be
Would
like
that-
a
would that-
D3.
That I use my brawl, not my shotgun.
Yeah, that's
skill.
right.
Okay, well in that case I'll dodge. I'm gonna fail to dodge.
Okay. Jose?
Actually, no. I'll have 9 points of luck to succeed. Regular success
Okay.
to dodge.
Fail for me, and I'm not going to luck it.
Okay. Fortunately, they're unable to connect, and Vanderven, you're able to slide along the wall, which is fairly slick, and you're kind of just pushing yourself backwards now as it claws into the gold. You can see it's not as if it's supernaturally strong. It's not taking chunks out of it, but it just seems to ignore its own damage. Its nails are torn off as it drags them along the gold, and you can see flesh and blood beginning to be exposed. That's them. Jose, you're up.
Bam, bam, bam. Another 3 shots, please.
Go for it.
First one, I will luck down to a success 1.
Sorry, hang on. I'm gonna thonk you, given we're in this close.
First one,
Success
You get a
1.
what? Oh, yeah.
success 1, and
Yep,
you're going to
that'll-
have 9 points of my hard-earned luck,
Yeah, that will hit.
which is going to deal 8 damage.
Okay. Not quite down, but it's looking weak. You're
Second
making
shot.
3 shots. Yep, go for it. Go again.
You're going to have 1 point of my hard-earned luck for another hit.
Okay, go for it. Roll damage.
8 damage again.
Oh, these are some good numbers.
Ooh, James.
And
He's
another
got-
shot.
1 health left.
And this time you're not going to get any luck. You're just going to get 3 damage.
Bat. All right, yeah, it's in a brawl with you. It's raking across. It's begun to actually move around towards your back and sort of hugging you in close, and you're able to get the gun in between you and it and just fire point blank several times into its torso. Blood and just bits scatter the wall behind you, and the creature is destroyed. You could begin to duck if you're trying to move somewhere, but you're...
First thing I do, if I instead of ducking, can I crack in some new bullets into
Yeah,
my gun?
definitely. I think, do you have one of the little speed reloaders?
Oh yeah, I gotta be ready.
Yep, all right, you're good. So you'll be reloaded should the need arise. Edie, you're up.
All right. So I am down 7. And is this just one we're fighting, or are there 2 of them?
Just the one. William's already taken out the other.
I guess I'm gonna keep punching.
Okay, all right, make another fighting brawl test. It's going to try
What
and
else
whack you.
what else is there to do?
With your
What
wrench,
is one to
that's
do?
Like,
Oh right, yes, with my
something.
wrench, naturally.
With
is
your
that with
bonker.
bonus damage?
Hey.
I'll let you know. Whether it depends. Do we think this wrench a comically large wrench in which it would be a large club, or is it
No.
a regular wrench, a small club?
It's a regular
Massive.
wrench.
No, it's huge.
I think the one that you
No.
did have that you were putting on the green screen was sizable.
Yeah,
They're metal. They're pretty heavy.
I'm 5'1", I weigh 45 kilograms. Of
Yeah, but
course
The
it looks like-
examples that get a large
but your
club
strength
is the
is
size of
65.
a baseball bat or a cricket bat.
No.
Okay, it's probably a small
Probably
club.
the smaller one.
Then. A small club is still the
Sorry,
size of a
I-
nightstick.
My mechanical practice is known for its restraint rather than Comically large.
Did you succeed, Edie?
Yes, success 1.
Okay, nice. All right, you can go ahead and roll damage. So, Tricky, do you have the book up?
So it'll be on a spell club that's 1d6 plus your damage bonus.
All right, you don't have a damage bonus.
Just clicked on it and it rolled a 5, so 5 damage.
5? Okay, nice. Because of this, which is just moving through and breaking bones, besides just trying to chew through flesh, it seems to do the full damage.
Ooh.
For bonking.
Hear that, Vandervan? We should just beat them.
That's unfair.
All right,
That's bias against gun shooters.
Nick, it is
guessing,
your
all right.
turn. What would you like to do?
So she uses some sort of what's it called? Telepathy to communicate emotions to me.
Oh yeah, I think I wrote telekinesis. I meant telepathy.
Telepathy?
I was gonna say, like, telekinesis is very specifically like lifting things.
He lifted.
Which I'd be happy to take as well, for the record.
No, you can have
Why not just give me
telepathy.
both?
No.
Wait, no, I want the ability to lift chairs. Give
Take it back.
it back, David.
No, sorry.
So she seems to be aware of her surroundings. Actually, but she's probably not aware of my language. Would I have to use telepathy to communicate with her? Or if I took off my gloves, could I use psychometry?
You could try psychometry. You're actually currently, you think they've kind of engaged you. It's a bit of a call and response. You could try and just talk back through that same thing. You could try and, picture something really hard in your mind and send it back. Basically, the tube is open. You can talk, but through this strange, loosely interpretive.
Yeah, it is really hard. I don't really. God. All right. Can I summon a picture of Walter Nesbitt
Okay.
in my mind, and push that towards her inquisitively, if I can?
Yeah,
Something with that level of emotion.
Are you sending the picture as you've seen him recently, missing fingies, missing the tongue, or are you sending one of your interpretation of him as a doctor working in the
Yeah,
institute?
I'm gonna summon it. Like, I'm gonna summon the mental picture I have of like him that was attached to a file or something I might have seen. That if I could be so bold.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. You send that through to her, and it's sort of, you have to crystallize it, and you're able to push it down, and as it gets true to them, you can see it takes them a little bit to interpret this as well. This is like alien minds meeting. There isn't that immediate connect. There's a interpretive, and they have to read your intent as much as you had to read theirs. Then they crack a smile, and the little fingers sort of at you, and they grin.
Oh, Wait, she grins?
Yeah.
Oh, the fingers grin.
Is there any?
Who
Is there
grins?
any? Apart from that, is there any response
Not
in terms
immediately.
of? Not
I have
immediately.
the awful feeling you've just given her a hostage.
William, it is your turn.
Let me just reload. And
Actually,
choose real
William,
quick.
just quickly, what's your dex?
65.
Okay, yeah.
No, sorry,
so-
60.
Okay, still your turn.
Okay, very good. Let me get a shot off. Got the bonus die back now that Edie is not in the way.
It's still kind of a
Or she's
cluster.
still in the way.
I
That's
think
fine.
you still don't have it. Unfortunately, you're
All right.
trying not to shoot your friend.
Reload and shoot. Here it comes.
Sorry.
Bonk. Ooh.
Sorry for trying to help.
Just a regular success.
Okay. Would you like to spend some luck? I have.
Well, that's a loaded question right there.
It
if
is.
ever heard
I
one.
will tell you, I have gotten a success 3. They are striking towards you, and they are doing so with lethal
Wow.
intent.
No, I'm gonna keep my luck where it is. I think, unfortunately,
Okay. All
I
right.
might need it.
All right. So rolling max damage because it's a impaling. It's not an impaling weapon,
Wait,
but
it's riposting.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
It's bonking.
You.
You
All right.
you can backsies. You roll it back.
57, success 3, 15. We're talking 42 points of luck.
Oof.
I don't reckon so.
All right.
How much
okay.
do you have, Vandervan?
69.
Nice.
Ooh.
You had 90 something for a while. All right.
Nice.
Vandervan, you are going to take max. You are going to take 7 damage.
7 damage I can take.
Yeah, it's the same that Edie took. It rolled max against them.
Actually, no, it's not great. I'll be honest.
It's not amazing. So you fire, and you've only got the 1 round that you're continuing to chamber, fire, chamber, fire.
I guess so, yeah, that's all I can do.
Just takes a chunk out of you. You can feel flesh getting flayed.
The first one went down pretty easily.
What?
It took a few shotgun blasts before it went down.
2.
Yep. I think it was 3 actually.
Oh, okay.
No, I think
Either
it
way.
was 2 as well.
Alright, maybe 2.
There's
rolling
2 of us. We can
4d6
take
is a
it.
lot.
We can take it.
In theory.
Yeah.
Alright, Jose, what's your dex?
50.
Okay, alright. Nick, I need you to make a power test.
Yep. Luckily, I'm pretty good at power.
You've done pretty well so far. Let's see if it holds.
I'm a mystic detective. Again, I'm gonna luck that down 3 points to be a success 2.
Attention. Sorry. All right.
I don't know if me bringing them down to a success 2 is useful, but when you do power checks,
in this one, it may.
Usually they're contested, and I'm gonna try to keep getting success 2.
So you got a success 2?
I got a success 2. I lucked, but I got a success 2.
You feel as their eyes, which are this sort of like almost honey color, try to push through and into your consciousness, and you see them sort of running tendrils through your memories, and for a moment they wrap around this most recent one of you kicking through the door, and when you open it there's just gray inside, and then suddenly you're in this room and you don't remember quite how you got here, but you are able to resist the effect, and as you shake it off you're still here in the present and the effect is not stuck.
Okay, but that was clearly a hostile effect.
That was absolutely a hostile attack. They were attempting to tamper with your memory.
Okay.
With that, they are going to get up, and so they're now standing. They don't run though. They just kind of sit there and just seem to be like, I want to see what you're gonna do now. As if curious.
Okay. Is it my turn?
It is Jose's turn.
All right, I'm gonna power out of the room, sneak a quick glance outside as I go to see if I can see any of the chaos. I see more of them charging in, and then follow after where Nick is.
I didn't mean to do that. You can see one of them running, but the rest seem to be consciously not approaching. They seem to be uninterested in the events. One of them has now jumped over the fence, or not jumped, just kind of just gone under it, and is beginning to run.
Right, about how far away is it?
2 more turns of flat sprint. What's the range on your pistol?
Oh, the range on my pistol is, give me 2 seconds.
So did Jamie go out the front?
13 meters. I haven't gone out, I just grabbed a peek. 13 meters. So,
Seems low.
not... Yeah,
I think that's your point blank range, isn't it?
Yes, I believe so. That is my point blank range. So, I will continue on. I will go to Nick.
Okay, all right. So you head round. Oh, sorry. Oh, so you sort of stuck your head out. You saw that, and then you went up. All right, you can make it to this room. If you want to take an action, you'll have to stay here.
I see. I kind of see a little bit of what's going on.
Yes.
I'm
The
going to
door's
aim
open.
at one of the creatures.
Okay, go for
action.
it. Make a shot.
No, I
Oh, aiming. Okay, sorry, misheard. Yeah. Okay, noted. You are now aiming. Edie, you're up.
Okay. I can't see much else to do but try and keep getting this thing out of our hair. So I think I'm just going to try and hit it one more time.
All right, go for a bonk.
Yes. Give me 1 second.
It will bonk you back, or it will attempt to.
Is it going to riposte? Okay,
Yes,
cool beans.
it will attempt to bonk.
Oh, Christ in heaven. Okay, I rolled a... I'm going to luck it down. So I have 59 fighting brawl,
Yeah.
which would be 11 for a success 3? Not because 12 would be 60.
Yes.
Yeah, 11.
Yeah,
I
11.
assume 11. Okay, cool. I'm going to use
Zero.
1 luck and a success 3.
Nice. Okay.
Crunch.
Yeah. You just hit it, so you can deal max damage. So you can deal 6 total, and that's enough to just completely wipe it out. You go through the things. Let's see if I can snipe it, not the other stuff. You go through its skull and just send cleaved brain matter scattering across the electrical line, which you've
Hell
lowered to the
yeah.
ground. It begins to spark. You smell sort of like burning meat beginning to rise up into the area.
like that.
Yeah, it's hella dead. You can move if you
Nailed it.
want.
I can what?
You can move if you want.
Okay, cool. Let me just quickly bring up the map for myself. So do we have any inkling of what's happening inside?
You can hear gunshots. Actually, then you didn't hear gunshots anymore. So, yes, you know there's a, battle being taken.
All right. Well, I think I'm
way.
going to say to Vandervan that I think we both should head inside. To
That'd be fine.
render aid. Yes. Okay. So then I think I'm gonna head for. There's nothing in the way of me heading in the front door, is there?
Nope, nothing.
I think that's what I'm gonna do then.
All right, so you can round the
walk in the
corner and
front door.
begin to move
Yes.
up and into the house. Nick, it's your turn. This thing has hostilely attempted to cloud your memory, changing the past. What do you want to do?
Oh God. This is the time when it's really annoying being a good guy
Yeah,
and being like,
and not just being like, I killed them.
and not just being like, well, yeah, a shooter.
Well, I mean, you've seen what this thing has been doing to Walter. You've seen what it's just attempted to do to you.
Yeah. I do want to give her literally one more chance. And I will do so by projecting an image of, so I've been on the police force for, about 10 years or so, or probably longer than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like almost maybe 15 years. I've had to shoot people before. I would like to sum it up the worst, like the most like visceral time I've ever shot someone, as in like straight, like sort of disgusting level of like
Yeah.
straight in them, bang, bang, like blood and gore, and then send that to her
Yeah.
in a like a, this is your last chance. If you do any more shit,
Is a stand down.
that is what is going to happen to you.
Go ahead and make an intimidation test. No bonus die, given that you're working with some weird things, but it's just gonna be a standard roll.
Okay. And to roll, intimidate. I look. I'm gonna luck it down 11 points and get a success 1, but that's
Okay.
still not much.
No, it's kind of enough. They raise their hands, and you can see that they have extra digits attached to two parts of their paw, and the fingers attached to the beard or the chin as well also wiggle up in a sort of a parody of surrender, but the two things clawing at your jacket stand down and just sort of gaze out the window. The person projects back a image of surrender, of yielding and compliance, I suppose.
All right.
Okay. Given the other one's missing, ooh, that's floating, and these two are standing down, the four of you, unless anyone's staying outside, can convene and can group in the center. There's no more combat. No one's really trying to attack you unless you want to do something.
Well, if I can jump in, I'm gonna jump in with this is the great time to be a steadfast goody,
Yeah.
because I haven't had this long extended communication with this woman, and I shall not suffer the undead to continue striding around.
Yeah.
So if I'm not going to target her, but I'm going to move in with my knife and brain both of these things.
Okay. I think they don't resist. They are, or have been commanded to stood down. She appears to just watch you do this with a curiosity, an interest, and seems to find humor in it. They seem to be amused. Each one you club. It takes a few hits. You sort of break the skull and then brain them once more before they manage to actually go down. Then you have to return to the other one and do the same again. Out in the field, where one of them was sprinting towards you, they've just stopped. And then you're standing in the center, not doing anything, and just kind of looking out into the distance. No more reaction. Edie and William, what are the two of you doing?
So I've headed into the building, but I haven't reached Jose and Nick yet, have I?
You can,
or
no,
have
you
I...
can see it. There's a open corridor through to Jose. You can see him just braining these things.
I guess I don't have any context for what's happening. I guess I just want to know what is this place? What's happened in here?
She's surrendered after trying to kill me.
Who is she? Who are you talking about?
Her, and I point and gesture into the room.
And I see the scary lady with the...
You can see the weird lady. You can see the
I have a gun
pedestals.
pointed at her, and she has her hands raised. It's sort of like a right, like it looks like a universal symbol of like.
Does she have her face fingers up though?
Yep.
Yeah, I think so. I think they're going.
Oh, good.
I guess what I would like to do is check that there's no more hostiles. Like double check.
Okay. You can go through some of the other doors. You can check there's no more of these creatures. The only two that were there have now been dispatched by Jose. Opening each room, you can see more and more of these pedestals, and in this last one, there is a much larger piece. It looks as though there's a lowered section in the ground with raised rope around the outside, as if like at an art gallery, and in the center, there is a series of limbs which have been attached to one another, as if through grafted flesh, and forming a sort of a tree that rises out of the center and just shakes a little bit, moving back and forth and occasionally like spasming and then writing itself back out. Can you make a sanity test, please?
Just
And
me or all of us?
Just you. You're the only one that sees it as you just check through some of these other rooms.
Just in that room? Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. So it's made of flesh?
It's made of like grafted limbs that have been placed together.
I rolled a success.
Okay. It's not too bad. You're not going to lose any sanity.
Yeah,
All
whatever.
things considered, it's odd.
It's weird. Yeah.
It's unnerving,
Is
but
it
it's not.
alive?
It's moving. The fingers seem to twitch occasionally and clench.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna write that off as like some weird chemistry shit.
Yeah.
That's how I get through it.
Yeah. It's just not, it's a problem for another day. All right, William, what about yourself?
I guess I'm charging in and,
Okay.
and meeting up with everyone else as well.
All right. So with everyone reconvening...
Well, actually, I'll take a quick look to see if anyone's spotted the car.
Yeah,
That's sort of safe.
looking back out towards the area, no. The people seem to be continuing to work in the farm, completely unimpressed
wait,
by your actions.
Let me have a quick look for Nesbit.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I'm going to dart out and get Nesbit, so I will accompany Mr. Van der Van, and I'll also check he's okay as we go.
All right. The two of you can see Nesbit from here. He is standing just off to the side in one of the corners over near where the lines were, where he was seen like scrubbing it when you first met him. He is watching the house keenly, but is continuing to try to at least feign work. Having
Did he still have one creature like accompanying him?
No, it began to sprint back towards the four of you when the fight broke out, and is now standing midway between yourself and the field, doing nothing, just staring blankly into the distance. The same as the
Jose
two
and
that
I go
Jose
back to
brained.
back and shoot them together. It's very cool.
Oh yeah, I love that. Unloading.
Okay, yeah. You have a beeline on it. The two of you can just fire, and the head just in the distance just shatters. You see William start, but seeing this sort of like calculated attack rather than in terror, he seems to think that things have changed. It might be over, and he's going to begin to cautiously approach the two of you, stepping over one of the fences, looking back constantly, and staring in terror just beyond you at the house.
We have her at gunpoint.
He seems scared still, but willing to approach. He winds one of his fingers into like the back of your belt loops, just holding on, and then he's going to follow behind you towards the house.
Don't worry, Doctor. You're safer with us than you are out here. That's for sure.
You're probably right. Although inside the house, as Nick and Edie hold this woman at gunpoint, the two of you enter with Nesbit behind you. I think we will take a short break, if it's 9:20, and we'll jump back into it when we get back. So, thanks everyone for watching. We'll be back in 10 minutes. We're just going to grab a drink. We'll whack up a holding screen with a countdown, and we'll be back shortly. So, thanks. All right. Holy moly, we're back. Yeah, okay. Sorry.
What else do you need to say?
Nothing.
Fantastic. Flawless.
No notes. Stuck the landing. So the four of you have re-entered the building. Nesbit is in the tow of José and William, and in the other room, standing over the two destroyed corpses, bludgeoned to death, is Nick and Edie, who have the woman, bearded by pale fingers, held hostage. Nesbit is terrified. As soon as he sees her coming around the corner, he crouches backwards and refuses to enter the domain. The woman, seeing him with the eyeline through the corridor, cracks a grin once more and waves with just one of the fingers. Just a sort of a coy motion. What are you guys doing?
Beard?
I jam my pistol into her face.
Yeah? You
Like, just
push it
in
up.
like a, don't you fucking smile. Like, we
She-
got you.
She
I
doesn't seem...
have no context. Who is this woman, DeMartino?
I think she's in charge of the place. Look, I don't know what she's doing, but I reckon those fingers that are on her face and the extra ones on her hands and stuff, I reckon I know where they came from.
Where did they come from?
From Nesbit.
Nesbit?
They match the flesh palette.
Is he missing fingers?
And a tongue.
We need to get the truth out of Nesbit. If you can get the truth out of him, I gotta keep her down. I gotta keep her occupied. If you can get the truth out of him, we can decide what to do with her.
He already said what happened. The moment that we spoke to him, I asked, "Did they do this to you?" And he pointing at the house, and he nodded.
Did he?
This woman, she's been raising dead and maintaining ghouls and keeping this poor man here as a slave. She has some answering to do.
Well, if he can't speak, he could still write, couldn't he? Is there any... Do we have any
Missing
pen?
fingers.
He's missing... He could still...
He's got
Yeah.
like these ones.
It's got the main ones.
Very rudimentarily...
Yeah, sort of.
rudimentarily...
You have like sketch paper and a pen for designs, or even just a map which you can it's a map of the Catskill Mountains which you can flip over onto the back, and you can pass to him. There's no tables really in the area. There's no desks or anything, and any of the pedestals that you unearth or like draw the cloth away from, you see inside fleshy sculptures of like molded together fingers and limbs and other things like tails from an ox or something else, and what look like just a series of serrated teeth that just sort of like smack together to make a clacking sound. It's all unnerving and not really right. You pass the pen over to Nesbit though, and leaning against the wall, what are you asking him? He refuses to come in the house.
Just... Yeah, what are we wanting to ask him? Like...
Did she do this to you?
Yeah, okay.
How long you been here?
Jose, can I get you in here just as a backup? I think we want two guns on her at all times. She can get in one of our heads, but I don't think she can get in both of them.
Okay.
She looks between both of you as Jose enters and just seems to acknowledge your presence. Asking him how long he's here, he
Would
kind of
he
just makes
even
like
know?
a spiraling motion.
We can write.
He takes the
It's
pen and
possible he doesn't know.
he just draws like a long line across the whole thing.
Do you remember when you came here? Do you remember what year it may have been?
He thinks for a moment and then eventually writes.
Well, I guess we could tell him it's 35 right now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just
it's
confirming
35
the
right
date
now.
in the book.
Yeah, the date when he went missing.
Yes, because it's that. I think it was I think it was 1930s.
And
it
is
is
this
not-
is this woman recognizably Ash? Just quickly, there's no.
No.
Yeah.
It's not Ash.
Yeah.
Do we
yeah.
recognize her at all? No.
Nope.
Is
She
she
just-
recognizably once human, or is she almost...
Now that you're closer to her, she is different. There is a similar physiology, but her ears have these sort of square, lobed
Yeah.
shape. She's slightly taller, everything a little bit elongated. Her skin is bronzed to a point that it's actually slightly metallic looking, and her eyes are just these thick, honey-like pupils that actually seem to slowly move. Humanoid, never human.
We need an answer.
Curious.
Van de Ven, we need an answer to 2 questions. Did she do this to them? Why did she do this to them? And what does he want done with her? So 3. Those are 3 questions I think we need to get answered.
I agree. Well, Dr. Nesbitt, this woman in here, she did this to you? And, yeah, you're not happy about that, I assume.
No, he's
He
not.
fucking laughs.
He seems put off by the suggestion. No, he's not. He's not thrilled about the situation.
What kind of justice would you see carried out? Detective DeMartino is a police officer. Anything that he deems appropriate under the laws of New York, he'd be happy to carry out.
He flips over the map, which you've passed him, of the Catskill Mountains, and circles Saugerties, Woodstock, just basically a big line around the whole... I just remember we have a map of that. Basically just a big line around the whole area.
What?
You think we should take her back?
No. He seems eager to... He points at himself and then
ride.
taps it. He draws around the thing again and then slowly will write out leave.
Oh yeah, we'll leave. Don't you worry. We're gonna get you home safe. No worries about that. We just want to know what's the best course of action to dealing with this person. What can she do exactly? Give us an idea of her abilities.
You're
and what we need to
asking
watch
him
out
so
for.
many questions, Van de Ven.
Well,
One at a time.
We need answers.
We need answers, but the man is clearly traumatized.
The woman at gunpoint seems to ignore the weapon, and she crouches down and is going to go for something underneath her bed. Nick?
I will dive forward and try and stop her.
Okay. Yeah, you can easily outpace her. Do you just stop her moving, or do you want to grab it first?
No, I grab her and I throw her away from whatever she's doing.
Okay, you throw her across the room, and she skids across, slamming her head into the back of it. And when she looks up, she looks curious for a moment, and then breaks out into another smile, and then she's going to point at you, and then point under the bed.
All right, you hold her down. I'll go under the bed.
Wait, and I'm gonna grab and tear off a part of my sleeve, and I'm gonna blindfold her.
As you wrap it around her, yeah, you can see her trying to make eye contact with you, but I think you're pretty smart about it. You look away, and you bandage it a little tighter than may be necessary, and you just give it one more wrench and then tuck it in. You do elicit a small yelp of pain, maybe to your satisfaction, but then she just leans a finger out again and towards underneath the bed, although her eyes can no longer see. Nesbitt, hearing the yelp of pain, cringes upwards, and then he just taps at Woodstock again and goes, "Yeah," and he fingers the leave. He just jams a finger towards it, puncturing through the map.
I know, Doctor. We want to leave as well, but the thing is, we're here to help people. We're here to help other people who may have been brought down here. As long as you stay with us, we're gonna keep you safe.
Jose, what are you doing? Jose and Nick, what are you doing in the other room?
Jose, I suggest you're bigger than me. You hold her down, because if there's any sort of a physical test, I want you holding her down. I'll go under the bed.
Okay.
If that's okay with you, Jose?
Sure.
William, can you give me a charm test to get him on side, and B, just kind of soothe him a little bit? And
You
Nick,
sure can.
you begin to go under the bed. There's no dust down here. It seems to have been swept regularly, but towards the back, there is a small, slim box, very shallow, which you can get your fingers on and then pull backwards. There's a latch, but no lock. And as you open it, on the inside, there is what looks approximately the shape of a magnifying glass, but rather than lens on the inside or any glass, there is a copper blade around the inside of the circle and a handle.
Oh, I know what this does.
From across
Slicey.
the room, you can see her grin, and her teeth sort of like give a little like a chittering clack thing. You can see one of the fingers, José, is moving up to just pinch at the blindfold and begin to tug it down a little bit.
I'll grab the finger and break it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh
it
my God.
snaps, and there's this crunching sound, and she lets out this sort of like shriek that
I grab her
pierces
mouth
up into
and-
higher tones, and then you grabbing her and
Yep.
as you do it, it clamps over, and then you just begin to hear muffled, like, sobbing laughter as she just seems to go, like, into your palm, this, like, racking, wheezing laugh.
Whoa, easy there, Castillo. Easy there. No need to hurt no need to hurt the suspect.
Yeah, Jesus.
William, what did you roll?
Success 3, 007.
Okay, yeah. All right.
Ooh, license
Okay,
to...
yeah. Look,
License to charm.
he's
Yeah.
trusting you. You've proven yourself so far. And he calms a little bit. He takes a few cautious steps towards the house, and you can see him beginning to kind of come into himself. He points out towards the magnifying glass thing that Nick now has, and then jams towards his mouth and jams toward his fingers.
That's how they took your fingers and your tongue out.
Yeah, but why?
Ask him if he has any idea why any of this is happening.
Question.
Yeah, I think he doesn't know.
He takes the
He doesn't know?
he grabs the map back and scrolls it out, and he writes. He's clearly not written in a while. It's difficult with the limited appendages, and he writes misbehaving, and then he like crosses out as if like derisive, like this isn't a real charge.
Yeah,
but that was what
okay,
was leveled
yeah.
against him.
What if this is just the way things are done around here? It's obviously cruel, but this place is isolated and there can't be that many resources. I mean, I'm not excusing it.
To be honest, I don't know how many more excuses we can make for her. What she did was downright evil.
Well, I guess it just depends if the laws of New York descend this far under the earth.
It doesn't matter what the laws of New York are. This man is clearly suffering.
Yeah, I think this is somewhat of a Wild West scenario. I don't know if there's any laws down here at all. But
Well, there have to be. There have to be laws in that enormous city over there with the giant skyscrapers. That doesn't just come out of anarchy.
Maybe this is part of their laws. We have no idea. At a point in our history, slavery was perfectly legal.
she's quite correct, I think. I think
I'm not saying we
sometimes you have to
ignore
look beyond the laws and you have to look at what's right and what's wrong. And what she did was wrong. The
I
question
agree.
is, how do we deal with that? You know, to be honest, there's five of us here, including him. That's enough to make a jury.
What do you want to do exactly? I don't understand, DeMartino.
Well, the way I see it, we only got a few options here. We can put a bullet in her brain. We can let her go. Or I guess we could take her with us into the city, perhaps, and find some sort of level of authority, which I don't know we'll find. Those are our three options. I, for one, I think, lean towards, as much as it hurts me to say, putting a bullet in her head.
Well, I'd have to defer to the closest to a practitioner of the law that we have here. Detective? That'd
I
be
mean,
it.
I don't agree, but I'm not going to step in your way.
Look, we enforce the law. I don't make it. I enforce it. It's not my responsibility to say what's, usually it's not my responsibility to say what's right and what's wrong, but sometimes it's hard not to. No? What do you think we should do, Edie?
mean, looking at this place, I can't see how you could possibly justify it. But is there no other way to disable her in some way rather than just killing her? What? I don't understand. Why is any of this here? What is this place?
Seems like it's just a farm.
I just feel like we have bigger fish to fry. I think
Yeah.
I think you just make your decision and then we need to move on.
Okay, I can put... If this needs to be on me, it can be on me. I'm happy. I'm okay with that. Castillo?
I think we should kill her.
Yeah.
Well, we certainly can have her following us. I don't see any way around it.
Hey, Edie, you went into that other room. What was in there?
I have since forgotten, but I remember it
Weird
being
flesh
bad.
sculpture.
Weird flesh. That was a weird flesh sculpture. It
Did
didn't
it
look good.
Did it
It
seem
looked-
like just art?
No.
Or did it seem to have some sort of purpose?
I'm gonna say it. Oh, I have no idea. Should I? I got
Make
the
an
impression it was just some weird shit, David. I don't know that I really pondered what it meant.
I think that's pretty accurate. It didn't seem to have a function that was visible. Could be a shrine. It could have been religious, but
Look, I think it was just something terrible beyond our understanding.
make a straight intelligence check.
Yeah. Okay.
No roll. 80. Oh yeah, that's pretty good.
Intelligence.
You're
is
smart.
19. Success 2. I could luck it down to a success 3.
You
if it
don't need to.
matters.
You don't need to.
Yeah.
Oh, your intelligence is 90?
Yeah, I'm
Look at
really
you're
smart.
smart.
I don't know where this came from.
You are smart, but you're also like strong and
Yeah.
God
You're
stats.
strong and you're so smart and strong and handsome.
All right, it
Your
fucking
appearance is
rocks.
75.
Role playing, more like
Hey.
fantasy playing.
Edie, you think that this is, yeah, I mean, art hit it on the head. There is stuff around on pedestals. All of them have been arranged so as to be viewed. Many of them are covered by like cloth, but it's in the sort of way of like, ooh, the mysterious of what's behind it. And then it would be revealed, gazed upon, and everyone would politely applaud and sip champagne as they viewed it.
It's some bullshit, basically.
Art,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Look, I don't think it has value necessarily.
Jose, but from between your clenched palm, you feel a tongue press against the flat of it, and then just begin to sort of like push against it idly.
I think we've wasted, and I think we've taken
licking
enough time
me.
here. Yeah.
And then
Castillo?
you're holding their hands together. The other one just sort of like they're crouching it, and the other one just sort of like takes your forearm, just sort of holds it slightly.
I push them back so that they can't, grab me or anything.
As you push them back, they make a lunge for their blindfold. They attempt to remove it, and as their eyes come into view, they're going to attempt to look at you.
All right.
You can see
do
them.
I have time to do anything before they look
Yeah,
at me?
you can
Yeah,
probably do one thing. It's a slightly awkward grab.
Yeah.
I think we're both
I
doing
shoot.
the same thing, right? Yeah, we're
Yeah.
both filling her full of
Oh
holes.
shit! All right.
Yeah, I think we're done
you
with this.
don't actually. Both of you make a firearms test just to see if you're able to, and I'm going to make a roll for her, and we're going to see if she's able to go before you. So I'm just going to do a straight dex.
One of my talents specifically, and normally I wouldn't argue this, but it's my talent. I have rapid fire. Can I fire 3 times?
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. And don't fail because you have
Or
to
is
push
this
it.
just seeing if I get the drop on her?
Go ahead and you're just gonna. It'll factor in. This is just you shooting her a lot rather than a little.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna make one roll then. For
Yep.
the record then. Okay.
Yes, roll the first one first, and then we'll.
Okay, and then we'll see what happens. Okay. All right, rolling my firearms at no advantage.
Just a straight roll.
Yep. Okay.
I failed mine.
I got a success 2.
Okay. They also got a success too.
I was holding out for you to fail.
Me too.
Because I know that you still have to push
I
a
still have to
fire
push
action.
one.
One day I'll get you.
Problem is, I'm real good at them.
They are going to match. So, we'll put it to you, Tricky. Can you please make a power test with a bonus die? As you're also going to shoot, just to see if there's one last lingering little connection.
Anything gets in there. All right, making a power check with a bonus die right now.
Okay.
Again, I'm gonna luck that down 2 points to a success 2.
Okay. As you fire, you're a good shot. It goes, and it was a success 2, I think. It goes straight towards her. Breaks through the center of her forehead, and as it begins to push through her brain, you get the message that she was sending. It wasn't an attempt to cloud your memories. It was a connection, and the image that you see, shared from her mind to yours, is of Nora in a large Roman-style Colosseum, or amphitheater. The ground is filled with, like, clay, but golden tinted. And in the center, there's a tall chair, much too high for a person. They'd need to be helped up onto it. And Nora's walking towards it. Her hands aren't bound, but flanking her on either side are 2 more of these humanoids, the same thing that this woman is. And in each of their hands, they are holding those same magnifying glass blades. And they're walking her forward. And there is a strong sense of justice mixed with entertainment. And then the bullet finishes its route, fires out the back, slamming into the gold, and red blood stains it, and they slump to the floor. Nesbit starts with the sounds, but doesn't run. He's staying pretty close to William.
Alright.
Good shot.
She knew where my sister was, too.
Did you... Did your magic let you know that?
No, she did.
Oh.
Where is your sister?
Some sort of coliseum. They had things like that there as well. Look, I think whatever she's doing out here, I think it's fine considering their culture or in the city. I suspect a building like that would be in the city. So I don't think we're going to find any central authority of, like, who would put a stop to this. I think putting a bullet in her was the right thing to do.
Unless it's that broken down church. But I agree with you. We don't have many other options. We're not somewhere we want to be. We need to get your sister. We need to get Sterling. We need to make sure that Leopold can't complete whatever crazy scheme he's concocted that we need to get out of here.
What was at the church that raised our interest there?
It looked like it had been destroyed recently. Everything else all the other temples and farmhouses you passed looked long abandoned, like they'd been weathered with time. This one looked like it was in use until recently. It was also much larger than all the others.
Did it look like it had people near it or something?
No, not that you could see.
Look,
I think maybe you could hear something from it.
Okay. Look,
Interesting.
here's the thing. Look, I want to go into the city and get my sister, obviously. But I suspect we may find out something interesting at that church. If it's been abandoned recently, it may have information that hasn't been destroyed yet. Perhaps maybe some more of these batteries or something that a battery could go into. By the way, is there slots around this place for that battery-like thing?
Yep.
All throughout the house?
Yep, slots in a number of the different rooms, just in the walls. Most of that large central room in the center that was, obviously, that's by definition, the circular one that had all the, like, tubes in it that I couldn't remember the word for, it has a number of them all along the wall. Additionally,
sort of
as you've gone through the
appliances.
room, there's been, like, strange, stuff hanging from the walls, like just general, hell, they're probably just like soup spoons just for a different people. But a lot of those have slots in them, just different tools and things. You could try and spend some time filtering through them?
Up to you, Edie, if you want to look at any of those.
Could just be household stuff. I'm less interested in that kind of thing.
Yeah, but you might get a good idea about how some of this stuff works, you know?
Are there any more batteries around?
I was going to say, if there are slots, then there must be batteries somewhere.
Okay, so you guys are going to begin to look through the house for what you can find.
I'm
I think
actually
so.
going to take a few seconds to put myself back together. I'm
Yeah.
feeling a little tense after what happened, so I kind of sit by the wall, take a few deep breaths.
Yeah. I'll leave it in your court. If you want a sanity roll, or if you think this is within the realm of your character, it's...
Yeah, let's take a sanity roll.
Yeah, go for a sanity roll. Same with you, Nick. It's up to you. Especially if you were the one that shot them.
Yeah, I'll take it. Let's both do it.
I'm going to fail that sanity roll.
Okay, I think a D3, James.
D3. Okay, I'm going to take this D6, and then I'm going to
Halve it.
use it.
Mine is more about, and I think is about that I shot her before I had a chance, before I questioned her about Nora.
And also they had information, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And like that's my point of regret.
Yeah.
I would say.
So go ahead and roll.
Not necessarily that I shot her.
Yeah. Oof.
Yeah, I succeed.
Okay.
Fine. Success 3.
Look, I think you're able to... You understood
Push it
why you
down.
did it. You made a decision in the heat of the moment. You can regret it, but it doesn't shake you. How'd you go, Jose?
I failed and took 2 points of sanity damage. So it takes me a second to right myself, but then I get back to it. And I'm going to focus by returning to my charge, going to Mr. Van der Van, and asking if I can treat his injuries. Can I have a look at your scratches, sir?
Yeah, by all means.
Right.
Patch me up as best you can.
So
Can I
you're
make
gonna
yep.
So you're going to begin to follow Van der Ven around the place as he's salvaging. You'll
I'm
patch
the
it.
one with
I've
a
also-
gash in my chest.
And resoundingly fail the first aid.
Okay, yeah.
Why don't you have a look at
Unfortunately...
Edie while you're here?
All right. I'll also have a look at Edie.
William, having seen the shot go out, he...
Also keen to see if there's any maps or phone books or other geographical information.
So I'm going to
Sorry.
assume...
I'm shook. I can't treat.
Oh, well.
All right, so Jose is going to be treating the both of you, or trying to. William, you're going to have a filter through for any maps or books or otherwise. Edie, are you looking for machinery, equipment?
I'm curious about if there's anywhere they store these batteries. If there's any that I can find.
Yep, okay. Lastly, Nick.
I'm not as obsessed with finding these batteries. I think I might go. I'll probably. If we go outside, what are the rest of the people in the fields doing?
Continuing to work.
Oh, okay. Are they? And they look like the same undead sort of creatures.
Yes, with the
or
exception of some of
malformed.
the furry rhino gorillas,
Oh, okay.
which have plows attached to them. They are also
Oh,
just
actually,
working.
can I take her corpse outside?
Sure. You lean down, you grab her, and begin to move.
I'd
Who's
like to
holding
take
the?
it- Oh,
No,
sorry.
go on. You go.
Oh, I would like to take that towards the rhino gorillas.
Okay.
I want to
Yeah.
get the rhino gorillas on my side. I want to
Okay.
be like, I have killed your oppressor.
Now
Side
you
with me,
are
rhino
free.
gorillas.
Okay. You know what? It's worth a shot, isn't it? You'd regret it if you didn't try. Okay,
I want
so
to
you're
make
going to take
friends
her
with
out.
these rhino gorillas if it's the last thing I do.
What if they were on the side of the lady?
Well, then I'm going to be in a lot of trouble. You're going to hear a lot of gunshots.
And you'll come and help me, damn it. So who's holding the magnifying glass thing?
I didn't like the look of it. I don't want to touch that thing.
It's not for you? No one?
It's gross.
Okay.
Look, if no one picks it up, I will.
What was it made of? Was it just a magnifying glass?
No. It was like the rough shape. It was like a wooden handle with gold in the pommel, and then a bronze, like the circle
Oh, it was
with
the
a copper
cutty thing.
blade on the inside. Yeah.
Yeah.
I imagine that blade retracts to slice off whatever is within the...
And it doesn't have a slot in it for a battery, does it?
Oh, it absolutely does.
Yes, I thought so. Yeah.
So you've
I
got it,
think-
Jose?
I'll take it. Yeah.
All right, William's
Not
going to
really
come
my
up to
thing.
you then, first and foremost, and he's going to point to it and then point to his fingers. And as the body's being dragged out, he's going to get down on his knees, and it's just this slightly pathetic, sad thing as he moves over and he's palming at her chin and almost clutching his own fingers. And he looks
Hey,
up at
what's
you and he
back?
looks at it and he sort of.
I think, Nick, I think he wants his. Oh gosh.
Help!
Look, I guess it's better that he has them.
Help!
What about your tongue, Doctor? Do you know where that ended up?
Here. He looks around the area. Nick, you recall seeing a
Yeah.
fleshy meat thing on a velvet pillow in the
Yeah.
entrance.
I had a feeling it was that.
You're pretty sure that's it.
Oh god. She was twisted. I don't feel bad anymore.
Yeah.
I want to gain
I'm
2
gonna,
sanity.
I'm gonna try and get him back his fingers, and if they were active, I have some first aid. Maybe I can try and reattach them. I don't know.
Transplant?
Yeah.
So, do you want to? Are you just trying to slice them off? How are you trying to do it? What are you using?
Use the tool.
Yeah, I'm gonna
get
use
the
the
battery. Get the battery. That,
Yeah, I'll get the battery. I'll use it to do the slicing, and I'll try my best to reattach them if I can.
Okay.
I will hand over the battery.
I will need either, as you slide it in, the blades
I'll
on the
test
inside.
on one of the other fingers first, quickly. Sorry.
Okay.
Well-
As you slide it in, the blades on the inside begin to, and you sort of dial pieces, and you find the inside can be rotated, and they close in like an iris, and then extract back out. As wide at their widest, the whole thing sort of opens up a bit, and you have that, when you're standing on the edge of a cliff, you have that slight desire of I'm pretty sure I could fit my head in this.
Oh,
Oh my
oh
god.
great idea.
It'd fit pretty well actually too.
That's how big it is. It's
I'm
big.
about
It
fine.
opens, and then
it
you
opens wider.
ride it back and it comes back down. Jamie, in order to use this, I will need either a successful medicine or biology roll.
Oh.
I'm gonna take a look at it and basically I don't know how to use this. Edie, is this within your realm of expertise?
Biology?
No, but I guess I could. I don't have any biology really. I've only got chemistry and physics. But
All right, well then it's.
is it kind of like David? Could it be like a mech repair?
I
or
think
something?
because you specifically have weird science, I would say yes. You're just trying to figure out exactly how this works. So yes,
Okay.
this would just be you understanding it. Someone else would still need to use it, but it'd
Yeah.
be easier, and Jose might be able to use first aid. So make a Vandervan. Make
Just want to
a.
make sure everyone knows where I'm sitting. That's all.
Oh, and they know. I reckon this is probably. It's not really mech repair. It's not broken.
What about
About engineering.
Yeah, I could do engineering.
I think engineering's the closest. Make a hard engineering
sort of-
test.
Determine
Locksmith
what
was the only one that
why
I
would
could
be
think
used.
of.
Yeah, I think a hard engineering test. Nesbit follows after Nick. I presume you point him where the tongue is.
Oh, I'm gonna leave. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I leave the body and I go get the tongue. For
Nesbit follows after you, and once you pass it to him, he cradles it in his hand between them, and he's cupping it, and he sort of leans down to almost inspect it for damage, and it's just idly sort of
Oh, it's still moving? Oh,
going back down. It's also, at the point where it was severed, it's not bloody. It's it's not even a sharp cut. It's it's molded back over into an independent thing.
on the plus side, maybe we can put it back too. Maybe we can protect
Yeah.
this whole thing.
And he's
Never
now
happened.
holding it, and he darts back over to Edie, and he's sort of watching as you try and look at it. How'd you go?
Nah, fail.
You
Hang
could
on,
push
how much
it.
luck have I got?
You could push
We
it
need
by
to
Nah.
help this. We need to help this man.
Edie, if you want to push
Alright.
it, you'd be testing it.
Oh.
on a finger or something
This is
similar.
yeah. I was gonna say this is only like one. I mean, yeah.
Okay,
This is like one
so
roll enabling us to make another roll, enabling us to maybe get a finger off. Like that is
I could spend quite a lot of luck, or I could push it.
You can push it.
Hmm.
Pushing it would just be a testing on a finger. Worst case.
I
How
mean,
often do you
it
use your
could-
pinky?
It could go badly,
Wait,
but
you
then.
on one of our fingers.
I'll volunteer.
Are you serious?
You test it on my little finger.
What are we doing specifically? Am I trying to cut
Edie
off
is going
your
to
finger?
Edie is going to remove the finger, and if you are successful, you'll be able to just pop it back on, because you'll understand how it works. If you fail,
I don't
Although-
like this.
From a meta sense, if you roll the push and fail, you know, we might just be better lucking it now because mechanically, for a success, if we want to try. But you know, I'm
remember, it was a
willing to-
hard engineering test.
Yeah.
Oh, it was hard. Yeah, no way in God's green earth am I going to luck that
Like,
down.
oh yeah, and you're probably
Yeah.
not gonna roll it either, Matt. Like I don't know
Yeah.
if you.
Look.
It's worth a try.
Is it worth your finger, man?
It's worth a try if it's a chance of getting him back. His.
What about just a
I-
little toe? No one needs a little toe.
Nesbit will also come over. He's seen it being used a few times. He will give you a die of advantage if you're willing to. If you're willing to.
Okay, look.
Chippy chop.
I look Nesbit in the eye and I look Jose in the eye and I can't possibly say no because how could I say no?
All right.
Just give him
Go
something
for
to
it.
bite down on, will you?
So you need a 30 or below.
I do need something to bite down on. Mr. Van der Van, can I have another cigarette
Yeah, that'd be fine.
and a lighter?
Sure.
All right, I'll light up a smoke and then kind of look away and go. All right, do it.
All right. Edie spins the little thing at the end and it goes down till it is completely together. There is nothing connected. And Jose, you do not feel the tiniest bit of pain. You close your eyes and you're like, did it happen? And when you open them, your finger is missing. It's been severed at the first knuckle, but it's as if it was never there. It's scarred over, and on the floor is your pinky, which as you look at it, it goes,
Oh, I don't like that.
and it's not you moving it. It's not like a phantom limb. It is acting slightly independently, and it's sort of just,
It's making a run for it.
it genuinely begins to move along the floor.
I pick it up like a worm and I say, all right, well, let's try put it back on.
No, I don't think I can. I think that's it.
That can't
Okay.
be it. That doesn't make any sense. Look,
You could spend some more time.
to her face.
Oh, it's sorry. I may have misunderstood. Did Edie make and fail the roll?
Edie failed
I
the roll.
failed.
Oh, sorry, I'd missed that. Okay, I just kind of go, all right. Well, you know, these things happen.
Oh my god.
I'm
I-
sorry, Nesbit, we can't.
I have such a bad track record with Jose, I just realized. I'm
We'll see.
sorry.
That's okay. This one I was asking for. Let's Nesbit, we'll bring everything with us. Maybe we can figure this thing out later.
I'm sorry, I couldn't get it to work.
We'll bring it with us. It's not a dead end for you yet. Come on, let's get out of here. Let's get back to the car.
All right. Well, I think. Do you guys still want to do the looking around for stuff? This was kind of just what, kind of sidetracked a little bit. Do you still want to do some research?
If there's any like drawers, that's just what I wanted to look in.
No, yeah, there's stuff.
Still after like a map.
Okay.
I'm also going to I can't bear the thought of bringing around a wobbly pinky with me, so I'm gonna toss down my cigarette and butt them both out at the same
And
time.
you just
No,
stomp
you
on
can't
it and
leave this behind.
crunches
It's
a little
gonna
bit. Yeah,
come
your
for you.
pinky is destroyed and will never. You
What?
couldn't reattach it now.
You want me to take? You want me to take one point lower on climb or something?
Oh yeah, yeah.
dex.
Do 1 point off something.
Oh, I'd be harsher than that. I'd be like lose 5 points of dex.
All right, settle. Let's do 1 point of dex,
5
Jamie.
points of dexterity.
1 point of
for a
dexterity.
pinky.
Mate, you only got 10 of them. 5, 10.
You only got, how many pinkies do you have, mate?
You got 10 fingies
Yeah.
though.
That was the least important. Aw, cat. I just saw him like
Aw.
stretching up at a
Everyone
couple
take
of...
5 for
Oh,
Jackson.
swap.
Oh,
Cat swap.
Cat swap.
Cat swap. What do you want?
I
me
think it's
to-
the
what do you want
same
me to
cat,
take
just
then?
shocked. Yeah, reduce your dex by 1, Jamie. And
Gotcha.
all right. Can I get a library use from Vandervan? A spot hidden from Edie? Jose and Nick, what are you doing? Nick, you could go back to moving the body now if you wanted to.
Yeah, I want to go back to my original plan.
Okay. Nesbitt's willing to cede the fingers, but he's got his tongue.
Keep the finger. Bring him with you.
Oh yeah, I'm bringing her with me.
Oh, I thought you were gonna show it to the.
I am.
whatever's-
I'm also gonna do that, but then
Okay.
after that, I'll put it in the car.
No worries.
Maybe find someone who can take the fingers.
She can go next to the bear. Jose, what are you doing?
Oh, we
I-
still have that fucking bear.
I've lost a finger. I'm gonna go have a sit down.
You're busy. Okay, you have a smoke. All right.
Sorry.
How did people go?
Success on library use.
Okay, awesome. Those tubes in the wall, you pull them out. They're scrolls. They've got strange text on them, and you can't quite decipher it. But that's knowledge stored. As you begin to sift through them, you may gain. Let me find it.
Ooh.
You may gain some lore. I'll give you a skill in just a moment. And additionally, you're able to get a general feel for the surrounding area. You work it together with what you already know, and you get 2 things. 1, rough knowledge of the terrain, and 2, a name for this area. This is Kenyan, is what it's known as, and this is the map we'll be using. Let me get rid of. Let's shrink.
Yes.
Oh, someone's on
Oh,
it.
that's
Alright.
a good map. That's a good map.
Wow.
So,
Ooh.
let's do a little swapsy. Do you want to grab the other one out, someone? Thank you. Go, go, go,
The
go,
dripping
go, go.
forest. No, thank you.
Yeah, I know. Gross.
So where did we come in?
Let's lock that.
Up the top.
Yep, so you guys came in up here. Then you traveled through these hills. This is where you had your successful fishing expedition, Jose.
Yep.
Then this is the first farm that you stopped at and had a little look around. Then you continued your descent. You are currently, let me just confirm, but I think it is just here. I need a different color.
I hate to be that guy.
You are that guy.
I am always that guy. Well, then I'll embrace it. Do we know that?
What?
The abandoned part?
That's
of the town?
all of these. That's an abandoned town. That's an abandoned town.
I thought the
That's
city
an abandoned
meant
plantation.
abandoned
No.
town. God, we've traveled far, haven't we?
Yeah, you guys. I mean, you've got the car.
Yeah.
You bastards. So
I tell you
that's
what, the car's helped in one.
yeah.
The car has made up for our lack of food because we traveled further.
So that's where you are.
Forest.
This is the temple you saw, and this is obviously the greater city.
Yeah.
For what it's worth,
Man, we can.
that looks a lot like a coliseum.
Yeah, I was about to say. Well, that also looks in the middle. Looks like a creepy pyramid that we probably that terrible thing's probably in.
So we have this map now.
Yes, you do.
Well, I suggest, we're here at this farm. I suggest we just do a wide loop over land and come in from the side. We've got a car. We may as well. We can take a couple of miles detour without it being a big deal because of this amazing car that we've gotten down here.
Is the terrain largely flat and traversable? Or is
Yeah,
it...
really flat, almost perfectly. There's some hills in some areas, but the road you went so far was just flat. I mean, once you get off the road, it's very, like there's cracks and stuff, but for the most part, it's good.
Well, I'd be a little worried about our fuel budget now. Maybe it's
Yeah.
worth seeing if we can engineer these batteries into the fuel tank.
William, sorry, quickly, can you make an int test?
What batteries? We have one battery.
Yeah, that is no. That's exactly what you're doing with them. That's perfect.
What was that, David?
Could you make an intelligence test, please?
I'd love to.
We're not out of fuel yet either. We're just starting to run low.
You just don't have an excess.
Yeah. Also, I think just while we're on the topic, let's not put this woman in the back because we don't want to be riding along with her. Genuinely, let's put her in the bathtub.
With the
do we
book.
need to
Oh my
take
God.
her? Do we need to take her with us?
Isn't she
I'm
dead now?
confused.
I think that we're bringing her so that we don't leave behind Nesbitt's fingers.
All right, chuck her in the bathtub.
He's kind of like, eh.
Oh,
I'd rather
then
not-
Let's leave, but then let's not.
I
bring
think
the
he'd rather not
body
have the
back.
fingers than be near her.
Yeah.
All right, you know, we were
And he's
trying,
got,
you know.
what, 7 of these 10 fingers?
I think he's got these ones, I think, from the photo at least. I think I was doing this at the beginning, but I think it's these ones. They've removed the... He's got 6.
I gave you 8 points of luck for
I
that.
saw that.
Intelligence roll.
Well, you will be rewarded. You can gain, William, you can gain 2% in both, actually... let's do a D6, that's more fun. A D6 in both language, Kenyani, and law, Kenyani. So do a D6 for both of those, and you can increase them as you go. Yep, that's the right spelling.
If Nesbitt is missing these 2 fingers, can I quickly check if there is a wedding ring on any of the fingers around?
That's cute. No, there isn't. Although you will find his clothing in a chest elsewhere. It has been there for a while. There's also like his wallet and a pair of like very thin wireframes glasses, which he's happy to have back.
I'll give
wedding
them
ring.
all to him, and I help him dress, and I say, you're you again. You're Dr. Nesbitt. You're gonna be okay. You're gonna be home soon. You're not her slave anymore.
He gets dressed, and as he's going through his wallet, he can like see his cards and stuff, and they seem to be, he's benefiting from this. For what's worth, William, you can take a ton of these scrolls. You would be able to continue to study these in the coming, like you can add this to your tomes and scrolls, I think. Where is that?
Love to. I got 6 in language and 5 in law. That's,
Hey, nice. That's pretty good. All right, yeah,
good.
you're beginning to know some stuff about this whole
I
area.
tell you what, if we need anyone, if you can speak Kenyani, that's probably going to help us.
So you can
You teach
continue
us-
to study these. It'll just take you. You'll have to do it like overnight and over a couple
Can you
days.
teach us the
It's-
swear words?
That's all I want to know. Edie, how did you go looking around?
I failed.
Okay. Would you luck range or?
No.
Okay.
Sadly.
Yeah,
It's like
you s-
80 something.
Yeah, no,
Push
you
range?
see a couple things, but they mainly just look like tools and stuff. You don't see any of the discs. Additionally, currently your disc is in the magnifying glass thing, which I'd like to just someone add that to their inventory. Make sure that's tracked.
Who's got it?
I don't want to carry it anymore.
Oh, I'll carry it. Okay, I'll put it in my inventory.
I'd say you can actually you can get the token out of that, the battery. That's fine.
You're going to say, don't store it in your pocket and then just casually put your hands in your pocket.
Goodbye. All right, Nick, as you go outside and you're taking the body, you're doing like you're showing it to the creatures and stuff. They seem to be completely ignoring you. They are glassy-eyed and they are going about their work as if very similar to the hypnotized people you saw on the surface. Additionally, the corral that you saw from outside, there was a small section which looked like it just held people inside or something. Now that you're a little closer, it is filled with humanoid forms. They're not those same sort of corpse-looking things, but all of these ones have heavy defects. They have arms which have been removed. They have huge tumors which like clamber up the side of their face, clouding their vision, and they just walk idly back and forth, stuck. Additionally, towards the back you can see a long trough, and inside it, stacked up haphazardly and some partially consumed, are pieces of flesh, bone, skin, muscle that are slowly harvested from these things and fed to the others. Can you make a sanity check, please?
Yeah, okay. Oh, where are we?
I've had a horrible thought while we're on the topic. If this thing can kind of magically sever off limbs and they can stay alive on the other side, it could conceivably, if you did put your head in it, I wonder if your head would stay alive.
Says 2.
Okay. You alright?
Bugger.
Bad, but you're alright.
If
Yeah.
we'd gone up, if we'd worked out how they were being mind controlled on the surface, might have helped us in this situation. We could free them. but I don't really know how we're gonna do it. They seem to be fully under control. Do the big elephant things missing any limbs, or are they pretty much gorilla things?
No, not immediately, but it's a good thought. I think as you look closely, yes. One's missing a tail, similar to the bit that was on one of the art pieces. Yes. Less so, but yes.
And they're not responding at all. Like, even if I go up and like nudge them.
Do you want to do that?
Yeah.
Okay. As soon as you get in the way of one of them attempting to work, it slams into you and sends you hurtling backwards. Make a contested fighting brawl test.
Not very good.
Chang. How'd you go?
Terribly. Really bad. Not a fumble.
Okay. Yeah. You're thrown clear, and I'm gonna roll a little damage. Oof.
Remember, you prefix this by saying a little damage.
I lied.
Just like to... I don't want to make you a liar, is
He
all.
also said oof though,
Yeah.
so...
Yeah, that's why
This is more oof than little. 17.
What?
17.
17!
Yeah, I am... that is...
You are thrown. This thing is large.
No, I am... Like,
So this thing just
unconscious
casually
or like, I am...
It
That is-
leans
I
back,
have
he gets
13
in the
health.
way, bumps into it, and you just see its eyes flash. It slams into him, and Nick ragdolls through the air, slamming into the pole on the other side, and you see blood on it as he hits the ground, and the thing goes right back to moving the plow.
I sprint over to administer first aid.
Yeah, are you out, Nick?
Yeah, I'm at -4.
Yeah. All right,
That's
as you
a-
get to Nick, you run over, and as you land in front of him, you can see the back of his head is caked with blood. His shirt is stained with it, and it's continuing to run. You move out like a pad, and you put it towards the back. Make a first aid test, please.
Yeah, I will. I also don't know how pulp works, but in terms of taking over your max health in a single hit.
Sure would be nice if we had some kind of intervention.
That would be
People.
fumble if I didn't have
Yeah.
50.
Yeah, it would be neat.
This would be a good time for some,
Yeah.
some sharp.
Whew.
What? Oh, get
Someone
out
save me.
down.
Okay, Jose, you've got a
That
bonus
comes in
die
with
for
the
it.
Helping hand.
Oh my
Pass a
god.
mantra saving for the butt.
Save it
Oh
for
my god. I like. Oh.
Nick is dying tonight.
I've just written it on my scars, injuries and scars.
Yeah, I'll
but,
say that
I
about
might not have
Fitz.
enough
Dead?
life to have injuries or scars left.
We would also be accepting emergency treatment at this time. But,
Yeah, any of y'all,
Okay.
any of y'all got that shit?
Nope, we're fine. Jose, did you succeed?
No, I would have fumbled if I didn't have over 50 in first aid.
Did you roll with the bonus dice?
I did not roll with the bonus die. Sorry.
You have a bonus die. It was given
A
to you
bonus
by.
die.
I have a bonus die. Excellent. Okay, let's take a look at this bonus die, and here we go. Oh yes. Okay. Yeah, we're getting somewhere. Yes, success. So,
Okay,
oh,
because
God.
for what it's worth, as you get there, and I just checked the rules, Nick was dying.
Well, yeah, I had -4 health.
and Pastor Muncher comes in with first aid.
Oh, sorry.
Which is another 4 hit points.
All right,
Oh God.
you can roll the d4, Jose.
I
Nick,
got
you
4
are
hit points, which brings
you
me to
are
0.
you are out of it still for the time being.
Oh, I'm unconscious. Yeah.
Oh, I don't think negative gets tracked. I think it's just 2-0, and that's just like super lethal. You're at 0 plus the what you've just been healed. You are saved by 50% Jose, 50% Act of God, and
how
you
much
are
do you
out of
get
it for
me,
the
Jose?
time being. That thing that just threw him across there is completely back to its work. It is continuing to move, and it's dragging the plow through the terrain, but the pole behind Nick is just smeared with blood. Jose, what are you doing?
Nick, are you okay? Are you okay?
He's out of it. He's not coming back for the moment.
Well, now we know not to bother those things, so we won't do that again. Let's
Jesus,
just
this place.
let's just skedaddle while we still can, huh?
I agree for once.
Let's get out of here. I'll scoop up Nick and carry him to the car. I hate this place. This place is terrible, sir. What? Oh.
Okay.
Let's
You
just keep moving.
you carry up Nick and you run back to the car. The position you thought about giving to the corpse is opened up and Nick is laid there, although he's just as still as one. He's strapped down with a couple of improvised seatbelts, and Walter slides into the back as well, and crouches down, nervously holding his tongue, which you can just feel this or hear this faint slapping or lapping sound from inside as wet meat hits his palms. José is also back with Nick, and William and Edie both slide into the front seat. And as the engine roars silently into life, and you move back onto the road, we are going to leave the session there.
Oh boy.
One more thwack for the road.
Okay.
It's a lovely visit to a farm, huh, gang?
Yeah.
I'd
Well,
like to
shit.
note that if we ever go
country.
if we ever go up against these weird rhino horned gorilla things, we should run.
Really, Nick?
Shoot them from very far away.
That wasn't even aggressive. It just moved me out of the way.
I will.
It was
befriend-
aggressive. It was
aggressive, yeah.
It
I will
whammed you.
befriend the weird gorilla things. Take 17 damage.
For what it's worth, Nick, the one that you saw earlier seemed curious and intelligent.
Different
This
to
one
these
seemed,
things, though.
well, though this one seemed like it was, controlled in some way or
yeah,
under
that's
commands.
what I
Look,
mean. Yeah.
it's a longer story then.
Try
I
to
think,
find that one
well,
then.
we have to, before we move on, we have to decide where we're going next, I think.
Yeah, general intent would be helpful.
I
Ride
think
round to the Colosseum, I think.
I'm not
I'm curious about the temple, but I'm aware of the fact that we have limited fuel.
The temple
and the
is closer.
Colosseum-
Unless you can weird science the batteries to run the car.
We don't
We
have
also-
any more. We only have the one that you have.
It seems like one is enough. Like these things can
All right.
pack a punch.
I could certainly look into it.
We also have limited time. I think we should go straight to the Colosseum.
I agree. I'm
Okay.
all for weird science, but I'm also aware that we came here for a reason and this place hasn't been kind to us so far.
Oh yeah, but if we run out of fuel, then we're not getting out of here.
Well, we can just walk. We can always walk. But
And
we
just
can't save people any quicker than we can.
Just a flag, speaking of saving people, Nesbitt is with us.
Yep, he's in the back with Nick. I'll tell you preemptively, he's not keen about going deeper in, but that's a
Yeah.
discussion we can have later time. All right, so the rough plan is Colosseum, but we can always improvise. So yeah, we'll pick it up there next week. So thanks everyone for joining us for our little farm trip or whatever. We'll be back in a week, same time, same place, same of all of that. But in the meantime, make sure you check out Mike Mason's The Dead Within, which has been renamed from Dead of Winter because it was a test name, which will be tomorrow. Now that's 6 a.m. here in Australia because daylight savings time's just kicked in. That's 8 p.m. GMT over in the UK, and I believe, Jim, what is it, midday in the States?
Yeah, I think so. Something like that.
Yeah, I think
Down
so.
below.
Yeah, definitely. Oh yeah, that's right. We updated the thing below, so you can see it all there. Otherwise, stuff goes live on YouTube over the weekend, so this show will be up on Friday, otherwise Sunday, and yeah, we'll check you guys next week. That sentence made sense. Later.
Bye bye.